And good evening, everyone. I'm Neil Hartman. Welcome to our premiere edition of the pregame show. We're all excited here at PHL 17 to be the new home of the Phillies for the next 5 years, including 85 games this season. I'll be your studio host during the year, including updates during the ball game. You'll find plenty of features on our pregame show as we keep you abreast with what's happening with the Phillies during the season. Now, opening day in baseball, there's nothing like it. For Phillies fans this year, there appears to be plenty of exciting times ahead. Let's go to the Astrodome and bring in Harry Callis and Richie Ashburn.
Whitey, we've been covering the Phillies for a lot of years, and I'm always optimistic going into a season, but I don't believe I've been as optimistic since maybe the mid-'80s as I am this year.
You're right. You're always optimistic. But I'm with you this year. This is a better ball club than certainly than the one they had last year. The pitching is better, and maybe more important to Jim Fregosi, his bench is a lot better. Last year he didn't have that bench that he could go to where he could make some moves. And especially now when somebody got hurt, he didn't have anybody really to come in and do the job, but he has that this year. And I think it showed this spring in quite a few of the games that we've seen. Yeah, with what has happened to the Pirates, Jim Leland's Pirates, they just keep taking ball players away from him, and I think now they've definitely come back to the division. It's up for grabs, Harry.
Everybody's excited, Neil, about this opener, Mulholland against Draybeck, and the Phillies are due to win an opening day or night game, Neil.
All right, Harry and Richie, thank you very much. We'll look forward to the call tonight. Opening day at the Astrodome as the Phillies take on the Houston Astros. It's already been a busy day with 7 games completed, including the traditional opener in Cincinnati. And throwing out the first pitch is the wife of manager Tony Perez, Petula, as she throws out the first pitch. And bottom of the second inning, things get going at Riverfront. Chris Sabo with the solo homer, and the Reds take a 1-0 advantage. Bottom of the fifth, bases loaded. Kevin Mitchell infield single scores Biff Roberts, and the Reds have a 2-1 advantage. Rob Dibble comes in relief for Jose Rio, who does pick up the win. Dibble did give up a home run to Larry Walker in the top of the ninth, but then gets the save as the Reds win it 2-1. Your final as the Cincinnati Reds, with Rio again getting the win. Martinez the loser, Dibble with the save. Now, it was a historic day in baseball with 2 new expansion teams joining the National League, the Florida Marlins and the Colorado Rockies. We'll start things off with action from Shea Stadium as the New York Mets had the fanfare at Shea, introducing the Rockies, and Bobby Bonilla was not very kind to the expansion team with some dazzling plays out in right field and at the plate as well. In the bottom of the fifth, big Bobby Bonilla with a solo home run. The Mets take a 2-0 advantage. Dwight Gooden shuts the door for a complete game, a 4-hitter for Gooden, and the Mets have won 21 of their last 24 openers. Now here's the other expansion team. Marlins Jeff Conine, 4 for 4 on the day. He even does a little extracurricular activity on the base pass with a stolen base, and Brian Harvey comes in relief of Charlie Huff with the save, and the Marlins surprise everybody, coming through with the win today at home at Joe Robbie with a large throng on hand. 6-3 the final, and the Rockies lose to the New York Mets by a final of 3-0. Atlanta shuts out Chicago at a very chilly Wrigley Field this afternoon, a final there of 1-0. The Phillies are the lone night game in the National League. There is one evening affair in the American League, Detroit at Oakland. Meanwhile, Camden Yards in Baltimore played host to President Clinton today. As the large crowd was on hand at Camden Yards, it was nippy in Baltimore as well. President Clinton throwing out the ceremonial first pitch, while Reverend Jesse Jackson led a protest outside Camden Yards, and that was against Major League owners' lack of minority hiring. But President Clinton getting the strike on the ceremonial first pitch, and Texas does beat Baltimore by a final of 7-4. Boston over Kansas City by a final of 3-1. There was the Yankees bombarding Cleveland 9-1, and Detroit takes on Oakland. That is later on tonight, at 11:05 start in that one in Oakland. Time for a little speculation. The Phillies completed the spring schedule with an impressive 16-10 record. As I found out, there's a lot of experts who like the Phillies' chances this year.
And it seems as if ever since '85, we've been saying the Mets have a great chance to win. I mean, the Pirates came in there and won it 3 years in a row. I mean, I think there was always clearly a major power. Now, there's not really a major power. You've got any one of about 4 teams that could win.
I think it's a crazy division. I think 4 teams could win. I don't think the Cubs can win. I don't think the Pirates can win. I don't think the Marlins can win. I'm sure the Marlins can't win. I think anybody else could win.
If you look at the Phillies, you know, here's a ball club that should be a very competitive ball club, a chance to win if their pitching comes around. And what I see, their pitching is a lot better settled this year than it was last.
If they stay healthy, and I think if their pitching, particularly Schilling and Rivera, prove not to be an illusion, they can contend. They can contend. I mean, they're going to score runs.
I think in my 7 years, I feel better about this team than any other time.
You know, it's a tough call talking about the National League East because there are so many different teams that if everything goes right, they are in this race.
Yeah, the NL East is wide open this year. Coming up, a live conversation with Phil's General Manager Lee Thomas and Jim Fregosi. But as we head to break, you saw President Clinton's opening day toss a moment ago. Let's open the opening day archives to look at those who preceded him. On opening day 1910, President William Howard Taft became the first chief executive to throw out the first ball at a major league opener. Since then, every U.S. president has followed suit in paying tribute to America's pastime during their term.
I love saving money, but not at the expense of quality.
44 long, and I swear today's man had over 100 suits in his size.
Very nice sales girl helped me put it all together.
The same quality, same labels, same clothes.
And the tailors really know what they're doing.
Bottom line, today's man saves me money.
The remarkable selection of 8,000 suits at Today's Man includes these pure wool designer tropicals in both single and double-breasted models. $400 elsewhere, but just $250 at Today's Man. Today's Man, 30 to 40% below better department and men's specialty stores every day.
I am so scared.
Last year when Jim was seriously injured in an accident, I was terrified. Jim was stuck at home and couldn't work. Our only car was a wreck, and the medical bills, they were overwhelming.
So what did you do?
We called Mansell, Lundy, and Lesson. We met, we talked, and thank goodness, they settled everything.
Mansell, Lundy, and Lesson, 1-800-992-LAW-1.
They settled everything.
There has never been a better day to bring your company back to AT&T for AT&T quality and 100 free days. Sign up for one of our special plans, and you can get 100 free days of long-distance 800 service, fax, and data over the next 2 years. Call 1-800-222-0400 for full details. Don't let the sun go down without calling. AT&T, the best in the business.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very happy to welcome to Philadelphia the Philadelphia Phillies' new Vice President and Director of Player Personnel, Mr. Lee Thomas.
That was June 21st, 1988, when Lee Thomas joined the Phillies organization after a long and successful career in the Cardinals organization. Lee is now Vice President, Senior Vice President, and General Manager of the Phillies. He has clearly made the pitching staff a priority over the years. As you see here, the Thomas trades: Mulholland from the Giants, Green from Atlanta, Schilling from Houston, Rivera from Atlanta, and then this year, Danny Jackson from Florida. And Lee is now joining us from the Astrodome. And Lee, I imagine you feel pretty good about the pitching staff.
Yeah, Neil, it's probably as good a staff that we've had since I've been here. And, you know, we've got 5 guys that we feel like can go out there and keep us in almost every ball game.
Lee, what was your thinking during the offseason acquiring several veteran players instead of one mega-million-dollar player?
Well, I knew one thing for sure. We had more than a hole for a #1 starting pitcher. And, you know, we felt Tommy Green might come back once we got Danny Jackson. You know, I was a little more comfortable with the pitching. But we really needed Eisenreich, Thompson, and Incaviglia, and I think those guys have already shown people that they're going to be a great help for us, because if we'd have had them last year, we would have been a lot better off, believe me.
You're talking about a bunch of characters in the clubhouse as well.
Yeah, we've got some guys who are crazies, but are nice crazies, and I think every one of them are pulling together. They want to win. They all think that they can win on this ball club, and you know, I feel better about this club than any time that I've been here, as I said before.
Lee, we just heard from a bunch of reporters that I talked to down at spring training, and a lot of them say that for the first time in a long time, the Phillies have a legitimate shot at contending for the NL East. Your thoughts about that?
Well, you know, everybody talks about how Pittsburgh has lost their players and other clubs have not helped themselves. You know, that's probably true, but I'm more worried about, you know, what we do with the Phillies, and I think we've improved our club quite a bit. You know, we scored a lot of runs last year. I think we've improved the offense, and I think this club is, in fact, I know this club, if it stays just halfway decent health-wise, this club can compete in the National League East. There's no doubt in my mind.
Lee, do you feel this is the year you have to do it? No more waiting. Really, this year you have to at least contend for the NL East title?
I've been wanting to do it for the last 2 or 3 years. I thought we had a chance to be very competitive last year, and a lot of bad things happened. You know, every year I go in, and this is more of a legitimate year than any that I've been here. Yeah, I think we should be in the thing. I'll be very disappointed if we're not.
You have a little opening day jitters? I know the players have a few opening day jitters. What about the general manager?
I'm going to tell you something. There's nothing like opening day, no matter whether you're a fan, a player, or what. I think everybody has the jitters, and it's a nice feeling. You can't beat opening day.
Lee, we appreciate you joining us, and all the best with the Phillies tonight. And we'll see Terry Mulholland against Doug Drabek. Great pitching matchup tonight.
Yeah, both of those guys. Somebody was telling me, well, you guys are going to see Drabek, Swindell, and Harnish. I said, well, who do you think they're going to face? Got 3 pretty good guys they're going to have to beat, too.
All right, Lee Thomas, thank you. And again, good luck to the Phillies tonight. And, of course, last season, 19 rookies wore a Phillies uniform. This year, only 1 rookie starts the season with the big club. That's pitcher Tyler Green. Clearly, the front office tried to improve the club's depth with veteran players, particularly in the outfield.
Nice and right, base hit left field.
33-year-old Jim Eisenreich, 29-year-old Pete Incaviglia, and 34-year-old Milt Thompson. Combined, they have 21 years of major league experience. Each brings something different to the ball club: defense, speed, and power.
Stay healthy. I think that's the main thing. I think that's what the problem was last year. Everybody got hurt and had to bring up a bunch of minor leaguers that probably weren't ready to step in, you know, and do a job. And I think that's why they went out and got a couple of more experienced guys, and it looks good.
Oh my goodness, this is a long one. Wow.
In 7 big league seasons with 3 different ball clubs, Incaviglia has hit 146 home runs, but he has struck out 979 times. Inky will platoon in left with Milt Thompson.
When I played against these guys last year, even though they really struggled, they went out and played hard, and you know, they had a lot of gamers, guys like Dykstra and Dalton and Hollins and Kruk, and guys who come out and play hard and like to win, and you know, I just thought it would be a good fit for me.
Slams the ball down the right field.
This is the second go-around in Philadelphia for Thompson. He spent the 86, 87, and 88 seasons here before calling St. Louis home the past 4 years. Why come back to Philadelphia?
The opportunity to play. Over here right now it looks like a platoon situation, and that's something I wasn't getting in St. Louis. So it's a chance to play, and I welcome that.
You heard Lee Thomas just a couple minutes ago refer to the guys in the clubhouse as a bunch of crazies. Well, Milt Thompson's going to be one of the leaders in that clubhouse, and the Phillies are delighted to have him here in Philadelphia. Up next, Chris Wheeler talks to manager Jim Fregosi at the Astrodome just a couple minutes before the opening pitch. But first, we introduce a regular feature on the pregame show, Minor League Memories. To lead it off, John Kruk.
They had this thing on the field in Double-A where they poured a bunch of money out on the field, and they gave a guy like 30 seconds to collect as much as he could. And, you know, when you're in the minor leagues, you don't make that much money, so I crawled out on the field and took some money. And it just so happened that Jack McKeon was you know, he's a general manager of the big league team, and he just happened to be there that day. So I knew just a matter of time before they got rid of me.
John Kruk spent 6 years in the minors before becoming a mainstay with San Diego in 1986.
The boys of summer are back. Dalton, Kruk, Dykstra, Hollins, Morantini, Mulholland, Schilling, Chamberlain. This team is loaded with talent, and the division is theirs for the taking. The road to the pennant begins in Houston as the regular season kicks off tonight at 7 with the pregame show, followed by the Phillies Astros season opener, only on PHL 17.
We play the Phillies on 17.
Hi, I'm Jim McCann of 800 Flowers, and I guess the Easter Bunny.
Call me Bun.
Bun, where do you get all those Easter eggs?
Well, a lot of my friends are chickens.
How about the chocolate ones?
The supermarket.
And the flowers?
Hey, I don't deliver flowers.
Good, so then we're not in competition.
You don't do eggs, I don't do flowers.
That's one Showers of Flowers bouquet guaranteed and delivered by Easter.
And to all you good eggs out there, happy Easter.
Well, we've been married for 19 years. We have 3 children. What's up? We bank at GSB, and we just got pay by phone, so that really helps. I usually say to Craig, I've got to pay the bills, and he'll, take everybody so that I can have a little bit of peace and quiet.
For the Panko family, banking really is as easy as GSB.
We believe in simplicity.
Welcome back to the pregame show. I'm Neil Hartman. We're just a few minutes away from the Phillies opener at the Astrodome. One of the better battles this spring was at shortstop, where Juan Bell and Kim Batiste went neck and neck for the starting job. Both players' numbers were terrific, but it's Bell who got the starting job.
That's well hit in the gap in left center field, going all the way back to the fence. Dykstra will score on the play, and Kim Batiste at second with a double. Batiste might be slowly but surely winning the shortstop job.
He's going to be hard to ignore.
Mentally, I want to be patient and more consistent at the plate, and I found me a new batting stance, and, it started working for me the last 2 months in AAA. And so, if I set my mind to now where I say, well, this is what I like, this is what I'm being successful at, and this is what I'm going to stay with.
The numbers to compare in the battle at shortstop. Batiste, for a long time during the spring, was batting over 400. Bell made a strong finish, and as you see there, does have some pretty good numbers, as does Batiste, but it was Bell who got the starting nod. Now let's hear from Jim Fregosi about the shortstop decision and other question marks. At the Astrodome now, we go to Chris Wheeler with the Phillies skipper.
Okay, Neil, thank you very much, and we're here with Phil's manager, Jim Fregosi. Jimmy, in spring training, Juan Bell was the guy that you really wanted to be your shortstop. What did he do to convince you that it was his job?
Well, he catches the ball so extremely well. He's an AstroTurf's type shortstop. He's got great range. He's got a very accurate arm. He made a few mental mistakes as far as base running goes, but that's on the offensive aspect of the game. Defensively, he played extremely well. Hopefully, he can get that job done for us. It's such a key position. I think him and Mickey Morandini and Mariano Duncan playing those positions will do a great job for us all season.
Did he do the things offensively this spring that you wanted from him?
Not in the beginning of spring. We had a little conversation, and it was more or less, if you want to play, choke up on the bat and try to swing down on the ball. Towards the end of the spring, he did that. I thought he made good contact. He's got the ability to hit if he'll just let himself do it.
Is he a kid who's a little more intense sometimes than he appears?
Yes. I think he cares about his job, cares about his position. He cares so much about how he does. Sometimes he is so smooth that he looks lackadaisical, but deep inside, he really wants to play well.
You were one of the guys last year who wanted to protect Kim Batiste. You thought he could make this ball club. Are you happy that he's here?
Certainly. He's done a great job in spring training. He played all 3 positions, second base, shortstop, third base. He's going to be a utility guy right now for us. He had an outstanding spring. He fits very well on this club. Hopefully I can find enough places for him to play once in a while.
What did he have to do for you when he came to spring training to make this team?
Be able to play enough positions to make the ball club. He worked out well at third base. I thought his hands were very good there. Second base, he turned the double play well enough to play there. So he's an added guy for us off the bench that can play a lot of places.
Could he pinch hit if he had to?
Well, certainly he can pinch hit. I've got a lot of guys that I would pinch hit ahead of him right now. But, for instance, if I would make a double switch, pinch hit for Juan Bell late in the game, I would put Kim in the ballgame.
Jim, good luck with the season. I know you're really anxious to get started.
We're started. We're thrilled about this ball club, and we're excited about getting things going. Thanks, Wills.
Okay, Jim Fregosi, thank you very much. Now back to you, Neil Hartman, and the pregame show.
All right, Wills, thank you very much. The big question mark for the Phillies this year is their middle relief. The battle in the bullpen went right down to the wire. The names are long gone. Ritchie, Searcy, Hartley, Brantley, Shepard. A year ago, they were assigned middle relief. The stint where you find young kids trying to make an impact or veterans trying to hold on. In the Phillies' case, 92 was a disaster. By the second month of the season, the pen had already become a revolving door. The Phillies feel pretty confident about their starting pitching. But last year, the club used 18 different pitchers out of the bullpen. Finding the right setup man for closer Mitch Williams is one of the keys this season.
When you're 46, 47 years old, it's a little tough.
You see, that's how you got to do it, Jimmy. Take his concentration away from that changeup, and he threw the ball. Might have learned something here.
You think so, John?
Barring injury, I think the injury last year hurt me, the neck problem in '91. But for '89 and '90, as far as being healthy for those 2 years, I'd put my numbers up with anybody.
But questions still remain. Can David West be counted on to get that tough left-hander out? Can Bob Aralt be effective from the right side? Will Jose De Leon be the long reliever? The answer may be rookie Tyler Green. After struggling with shoulder pain early in camp, Green regained his form in time for he and his knuckle curve to open the season with the team.
I heard from some paper, I think it was Denver, that they said it'd probably be a miracle if I would make it out of spring training.
Welcome to the miracle. Yeah, there's one happy guy tonight in Houston. That's Tyler Green, and again, the lone rookie on this squad this year. Coming up, I'll talk to the Astros' new owner, who is freely spending money to bring a winner back to Houston. But here's first another opening day archive. Terry Mulholland is the Phillies starter tonight. Beginning in 1950, that job belonged to Hall of Famer Robin Roberts. The Phillies' Robin Roberts started the most consecutive opening day games for one team in Major League history. Robin was the Phil's season opening pitcher for 12 straight years from 1950 to 1961.
If this is how you think of Volvos, we may have the car to change your thinking. The Volvo 850 GLT. Driving a Volvo usually inspires a certain sense of safety. Well, now we offer an additional sensation. The Volvo 850 GLT.
To me, it's rhythm, man. All rhythm.
It's like flip babaloo ba bop choo ba.
Life's a tune, man. You can play like everyone else, or you can soar.
The Cage by feeling. See how it plays.
Honey, I got a new tractor.
Obsolescence.
Honey, I got a new tractor.
It's the fact of life that says nothing lives forever.
Honey, I got a new tractor.
At Cub Cadet, we put a lot of time into our products.
Honey, I got a new tractor.
So you'll get a lot of time out of them.
Honey.
You can accept obsolescence.
Honey.
Or you can fight it.
You got it.
Cub Cadet. Working overtime.
And now, Shallow Thoughts with Larry Anderson.
Why do they sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" when they're already there?
This has been yet another in a series of Shallow Thoughts with Larry Anderson.
That's a 39-year-old adult. The one and only Larry Anderson. Certainly he'll bring a lot of humor to the clubhouse this summer and on the pregame show. The Houston Astros finished at an even 500 at 81-81 a year ago. Things are looking even brighter in Houston these days. The Astros have increased their payroll significantly with some marquee names, all in part to the club's new owner, Drayton McClain Jr.
The players ought to be the focal point of a team. I think that the owners sometimes few of the owners try to be the focal point. The fans really don't care who owns the team as long as the team is successful and conducts themselves in a very positive way.
The Astros and owner Drayton McClain Jr. were the talk of the offseason with their aggressive approach to free agency. Combined, pitchers Doug Drabek and Greg Swindell were signed to 4-year deals worth over $36 million. What a difference a year makes.
The payroll last year was $14.5 million. That's about where Cleveland was. So that was near the bottom. We now have it right around $30 million, so I'm not sure I was successful in controlling the expenses, but we think the fans will respond. Our number of tickets we sold so far this year is almost equal to how many tickets were sold throughout the year last year. We're a little over 1 million.
Gonna be anybody left?
Mr. McLean made his money running a family grocery distribution business into a $5 billion enterprise. He plans to use his business experience in the baseball world to make the Astros competitive again.
I'm going to work on the side of the fans. That's who I represent. I represent the fans. And we got to get the team winning, but more than winning, because you can't guarantee victories, is that there's hope. They see hustle, they see sparkle, they see personality in the team and the players. But I'm looking at it from the fan standpoint. One of the things I see wrong with baseball, not enough of middle-income, working-type people come to the games. So we've got a program in Houston to where we're trying to make that more affordable.
I'll tell you, I was impressed with Drake McLean Jr., and he's certainly trying to turn things around in Houston. In the last 50 games a year ago, the Astros were 33-17. This is a franchise that was already on the upswing prior to McLean coming in and taking things over. It'll be Doug Drabeck against Terry Mulholland. Stay tuned for Phillies baseball coming up next on PHL 17. I'm Neil Hartman. I'll see you during the game with updates. Enjoy opening day.
First place this year, James?
Jim, you got a good start. We're going all the way this time, Jim. Tell them about it.
We'll do all right.
Oh, yeah, I know you will.
Almost forgot what service meant.
It's like Today's Man is on sale 365 days a year.
Unbelievable shirts and ties. People think he's got 20 suits instead of 5.
I saw the same exact suit for $200 more.
If the quality's the same, why spend more?
Today's Man is just an incredible men's store.
The remarkable selection of 8,000 suits at Today's Man includes these pure wool designer tropicals in both single and double-breasted models. $400 elsewhere, but just $250 at Today's Man. Today's Man, 30 to 40% below better department and men's specialty stores every day.
Hi, I'm Jim McCann of 800 Flowers, and I guessed the Easter Bunny.
Call me Bun.
Bun, where do you get all those Easter eggs?
Well, a lot of my friends are chickens.
How about the chocolate ones?
The supermarket.
And the flowers?
Hey, I don't deliver flowers.
Good, so then we're not in competition.
You don't do eggs? I don't do flowers.
That's one Showers of Flowers bouquet guaranteed and delivered by Easter.
And to all you good eggs out there, happy Easter.
Driving a Volvo usually inspires a certain sense of safety. Well, now we offer an additional sensation. The Volvo 850 GLT. The Volvo 850 GLT was voted the best new car in the $20,000 to $30,000 class. Who are we to disagree?
Real stories of the Highway Patrol can be seen tonight at 10:30. Now, stay tuned for the Philadelphia Phillies and the Houston Astros.
Everybody from the Astrodome in Houston, welcome to opening night 1993. The Phillies and the Houston Astros. Terry Mulholland for the Phils, Doug Draybeck for Houston. Harry Callis with Rich Ashburn and Chris Wheeler. And there's always an aura of excitement about opening night, opening day, Whitey. And I don't care how many years you've been in the game, the adrenaline flows. And for the players, I bet they can't wait for this game to start.
Oh, you're right, Harry. We've talked to them before the ball game, and they're not talking much. And, you know, they're a little nervous, and they should be. Now, when the game starts, they seem to settle down and get into it pretty well. And I think one nice thing about this opener for Jim Fregosi and Art Howe, they're starting a season with the best teams, the best chance they've had to win.
Art Howe looking forward now to having local products. Doug Draybeck and Greg Swindell in his starting rotation. They're really enthused about their club here, Chris.
They are, Harry. You know, they have a new owner, Drayton McLean. They put a lot of money into this ball club. They added those starters you just mentioned. They signed 3 of their stars to 3-year contracts. All of a sudden, you come in here last night, and it sounds like it's a baseball town, and this is normally a football town. So I think these people can't wait to get their season started.
Phil's will look for the home runs and RBIs from Darren Dalton primarily, and the Astros, Eric Anthony, who produced pretty well for him last year.
Yeah, and he's a guy that wasn't a real high pick for the Houston Astros. You know, Eric Anthony's been the player that the Astros have always said someday he's going to be our number 4 hitter. He's going to hit home runs. He's going to knock in runs. He never did it, and they think this is the year. The Phillies felt that Darren Dalton would do that for a long time, and now they know he's their guy.
Doug Draybeck had 10 complete games, second in the league last year. Terry Mulholland led the league with 12. Great pitching matchup for the 1993 opener. Back with the starting lineups after these messages.
Tonight's Phillies game on PHL 17 is brought to you by Budweiser, the king of beers. The only beer with a taste as genuine as the people who drink it. Nothing beats a Bud. By Mellon PSFS, the official bank of the Phillies. By the Bell of Pennsylvania Yellow Pages. No other book can match it. A Bell Atlantic company. And by Independence Blue Cross and Pennsylvania Blue Shield. Carry us for life.
My brother, about to become a father.
So how big can a crib be? Season tickets went on sale today, Mike. Yeah, well, maybe next year. It's gone 5 years straight.
Yeah.
Is this about the kid? This kid's getting for free, you know. He's gonna be a little tight. Mike, this year's on me.
Only one beer has the taste as genuine as the people who drink it. Budweiser.
Now, the new little guy's going to every game, right? Bobby, it could be a girl. A girl?
When Bob borrowed a lawnmower, all he got was short grass. When Bob borrowed hedge clippers, all he got was nice shrubs. When Bob borrowed a ladder, all he got was red shutters. When Bob borrowed a hose, all he got was wet. But when Bob borrowed money, he got free banking services. The Mellon PSFS Smart Accounts. The package accounts for people who borrow as well as save.
These days, 9 to 5 feels more like 5 to 9. Home cooking is as likely to come from a microwave as not. And sleeping late happens only in your dreams. And because life has changed, Independence Blue Cross and Pennsylvania Blue Shield have changed. With new health plans that go far beyond our traditional coverage and new service that goes far beyond your expectations. Because today hardly resembles yesterday, there's a whole new blue to carry you through.
Back at the Astrodome in Houston, it'll be close to a sellout tonight as the Phillies take on the Houston Astros for the first game officially of the regular 1993 season. George Bush in attendance for tonight's game. Former President Bush and Governor Ann Richards, governor of the state of Texas, threw out the first ball.
And she and George aren't that tight, really. Remember her from the Democratic Convention.
Pretty good delivery by Ann Richards. And the Houston Astros now are taking the field for the Phillies. Wheels, they're about due to win an opening game. It's been a while.
8 years, Harry, since Steve Carlton in 1984 beat the Atlanta Braves. So they've lost 8 straight and 11 out of 12. I guess that does qualify as being a while.
Art Howe, his 5th year as manager of the Houston Astros, really likes his team with the addition of Draybeck and Swindell to his starting rotation. They really accomplished a lot considering last year they had that month-long road trip and they finished the season strong. So they're excited about their 1993 edition of the Houston Astros. Jim Fragosi's team had a great spring, 16-10, the most wins for a Phillies team in spring training since 1986, and he is enthused about the coming season. The Phillies lineup tonight will have Lenny Dykstra in center field leading off. Mickey Morandini, second baseman, bats second. John Kruk, first base, hits third. Dave Hollins, third baseman, batting fourth. Aaron Dalton, catching, hitting fifth. Milt Thompson in left field will bat sixth. Jim Eisenreich, the right fielder, hitting seventh. Juan Bell at shortstop, batting eighth, and batting ninth and pitching Terry Mulholland. And they will be facing the Victoria, Texas product, University of Houston product, Doug Draybeck.
6'1", 185-pounder. There are the numbers on him. Good year last year pitching for the Pittsburgh Pirates. And you see his strikeouts, 6.2 of them in 9 innings. His walks, 1.9 per 9 innings. A guy who just doesn't walk many, and the Phillies have had a lot of trouble with him over the years.
Defensively behind Draybeck, Ken Caminetti will be at third base. Andujar Cedeno is the shortstop. Craig Biggio at second, and at first base, Jeff Bagwell. Eddie Taubensee does the catching for Draybeck, and in the outfield and left field it's Luis Gonzalez, Steve Finley in center, and Eric Anthony in right. Doug Draybeck taking his warm-up tosses. The umpires tonight, Jim Quick calling the balls and strikes, Jerry Crawford at first base, Steve Ripley at second, and Tom Hallion will umpire at third. And we're set to go. The first batter of the 1993 regular season, Lenny Dykstra. Dykstra did not have a real good spring. Hit .213 last year, of course. He was twice on the disabled list, hitting .301 last year.
Of all the Phillies who want to get the season started, I don't think any of them more than Lenny Dykstra. He does not like spring training. He was worried about getting injured near the end of spring training, and as a result, he really didn't hit much down there. He feels that when the season starts, which he's going to do right now, that he'll get going, and he wants to win a batting title this year.
He's always hit Houston well. He's a lifetime .378 hitter against Houston pitching. But not so against Draybeck. Lifetime against Draybeck, just the .167 hitter.
Draybeck will flop that curveball up there on the first pitch to left-handed hitters almost all the time, figuring they're going to take it, and he'll get strike one. He didn't on that one.
Foul down the left field side, out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike to count to Lenny Dykstra. Dykstra will be followed by Mickey Morandini and then John Kruk. Bouncing ball right to Bagwell, makes the play unassisted. Lenny Dykstra's retired 1 down. It'll bring up Mickey Morandini. Morandini last year hit .265, really bulked up over the winter. Lifting weights, picked up about 15 pounds, all in the upper body. Had a good spring, hit .340 this spring. Ball and no strikes.
Phillies had to shut Morandini down for about 10 days near the end of spring training with a hamstring pull that he suffered over at Baseball City on a wet day against Kansas City. He thinks he's fine now.
Ground ball in the hole, first hit of the '93 season for Mickey Morandini. He is a 1-out base runner. So Morandini gets the Phil's first hit.
Doug Draybeck with a sinking fastball and curveball are his 2 best pitches. Tries to throw a little sinker away from Morandini there, and he hits it off the end of the bat a little bit in the hole. They're going to play Morandini up the middle for the most part, so when he hits that kind of ball towards the hole, he can get some base hits.
This park, even though the distances are comfortable enough, 325 down the lines, 375 to the power alleys, 400 to straightaway center field, nonetheless is a pitcher's park. Kruk takes it wide for a ball, 1-0.
They have shortened the fences again the last couple of years. As you see out there, the yellow line above that now is a home run. In other years you've come here, you had to hit the ball into the orange seats down the lines. It's a little easier home run park now, but as Harry said, it's still a tough park.
Throw to first. Morandini back. A little closer than Mel Roberts would like.
Drabek has a very good move to first. He's very quick with his feet, and he can hold runners on pretty well.
Two and nothing. The Phillies in spring training, Jim Fregosi in spring training, I don't know if he was just kind of working on things or what, but a lot of times with this combination, with Morandini at first and Kruk hitting, he did go to a hit and run.
He likes to hit and run with this combination. He likes to hit and run with Thompson and Eisenreich, who will come along later in the lineup. Kruk went to a very, very open stance near the end of spring training, and you see he's still in it.
Loops a foul out of play. 2 balls and 1 strike to John Kruk. Kruk tied for third in the league in hitting last year, .323. His on-base percentage was .423 last year, second best in the National League, and that was best by a Philly on-base percentage since Michael Jack in 1981 had a .435 on-base percentage. The Krucker got a lot of walks, a lot of hits, of course. There goes Morandini. Pitch low, double clutch. Taubensee throws it into center field. Morandini will end up at third base. Stolen base and an error on Ed Taubensee.
Well, that's what Harry was talking about, that they might have some movement with these two. Morandini got a pretty good jump off first. Taubensee had a tough pitch to handle. It looked like a breaking ball in the dirt. And once he clutched on, he probably should have just held on to it. Throws it away. The play right in front of Morandini, and he sees the ball get away. Right there, it gets away from Cedeno, and Morandini sees all the way, gets to third easily. They'll play the infield back here in the first inning.
3 balls and a strike to John Kruk. Walked him. Phillies have runners at first and third. Drabek is a good control pitcher, 7th best control pitcher in the National League last year. Mulholland, his pitching opponent tonight, was 4th best, so you won't see many walks tonight. Batter will be Dave Hollins.
Now, Drabek is a very good AstroTurf pitcher as you look at Art Howe looking on him. One of the reasons is that sinker ball away that he'll throw to left-handed hitters. He'll try to get him to pull it and hit into a double play.
Hollins coming off a fine year, .270, 27 homers, 93 RBIs. Second in the league in runs scored with 104. Whips a foul down the right field side. 0-1 to Hollins. Phillies with a first inning threat. Morandini at third, Kruk at first. 1 down.
Come on, David.
Beats a foul, and Drabek ahead of him. No balls and 2 strikes. Sam Banner, Lancaster, Pennsylvania, celebrating his 89th birthday today. Marie Fredericks of Kutztown celebrating number 86. Allen's now down in the count 0-2. Will have to become a defensive hitter. He's trying to get his bat on the ball. He just barely got his bat on the ball on that pitch.
Well, Drabek will also throw that backdoor breaking ball when he's ahead in the count. As I mentioned, he likes to throw it first pitch to left-handed hitters and get ahead. He has great confidence in it, and I think that is probably the pitch that's made Drabek a winner. I think Drabek feels he can throw a strike with his curveball at will. To right-handed batters, he'll go more to sliders and hard breaking balls.
Just got a piece of it again. Another curveball. Still 0-2.
Well, here it is again. As I mentioned, he keeps going with this big hook, and you see where he throws it. He figures he can't get hurt out there. Even if the batter puts it in play, he's thinking that they're going to hit a ground ball to second, and he might get a double play out of it.
Draybeck tonight is going for his 100th Major League win. He's 99-70 lifetime. Lifetime against the Phils, 13-5.
Well, Draybeck and Taubensee can't get together on a big pitch here early on. There's no runner on second base, so they're not in any kind of complicated signals or signs. He just kept shaking off the catcher. Still can't get together.
Missed inside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. He was close.
Great pitch. You know, he's been staying away from Hollins the whole at bat, basically. And that's what it was, I think, Harry, more than anything, is he couldn't get Taubensee to get to the location that he wanted more than the pitch.
Philly runners first and third, 1 down. With it 2-2. Curveball wide. So all of a sudden, after getting ahead of Hollins 0-2, it's 3-2. Send Kruk here?
I would. What the heck? Go early on and send him. And Larry Boa just made a motion to the base runners to see Dalton on deck to make sure that Draybeck doesn't do that fake to third, throw to first, because he does that quite a bit.
Full count to Hollins. Kruk does go, swing and a miss, throw to second, out, strike out, double play. Hollins chased the bad pitch. Well, Hollins strikes out into a double play, and the Phillies' first inning threat is done. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, 1 man left after 1/2. Phillies nothing, Houston coming to bat.
For all the thousands of words already written about the revolutionary Dodge Intrepid, Automobile Magazine managed to sum it up in just 4. Intrepid. This changes everything.
This is it. Bottom of the 9th, tie score, 2 out, full count. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball, and Ventura connects. A hot liner up the middle. It's still rising. Johnson leaps, and it's off the wall. He's rounding second. The ball drops. McRae scoops it up and wings it toward Pendleton. Here's the play at the plate, and he's safe. It's unbelievable, and that's the game. Now here's the wrap-up. Fleer, a game in every pack.
Friday, April 9th at 3:05, catch the Phillies against the Cubs in the home opener. Then it's the Cubs again Saturday the 10th and Sunday afternoon the 11th. Then Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, April 12th, 13th, and 14th. The Phillies play the always tough Cincinnati Reds.
Houston's lineup tonight: Craig Biggio, second baseman, leads off. Steve Finley, center fielder, batting second. Jeff Bagwell, first base, will hit third. Eric Anthony, right fielder, batting fourth. Ken Caminetti, the third baseman, will hit fifth. Luis Gonzalez in left field, batting sixth. Andujar Cedeno, the shortstop, bats seventh. Ed Taubensee catching, hitting eighth, and batting ninth and pitching Doug Draybeck. They will be facing Terry Mulholland.
Off a good year last year for the Phillies, 13-11 with an earned run average of 3.81, leading the league in complete games. Good strikeouts per 9 innings, excellent walks per 9 innings. And against these Houston Astros, 1-2.
Defensively behind Terry, Dave Hollins at third base, Juan Bell at shortstop, Mickey Morandini at second, and John Kruk at first. Darren Dalton does the catching in the outfield. Milt Thompson in left field, Lenny Dykstra in center field, and Jim Eisenreich will be in right field. Milt Thompson in left field. This is the 11th left fielder opening day. Different left fielder opening day for the Phils in the last 11 years in left field. Since '83, we've had Gary Matthews, Glenn Wilson, Jeff Stone, Gary Reedus, Mike Easler, Phil Bradley, Ron Jones, John Kruk, Von Hayes, and Wes Chamberlain starting in left field. Biggio takes one wide for a ball, 1-0.
Guess you say that's been a volatile position. This year they hope to platoon Thompson and Incaviglia in left field. Incaviglia should play here tomorrow night against Swindell.
1-1 strike to Craig Biggio.
Biggio in his 5th opening day start for the Houston Astros. Used to be their everyday catcher. Now they're second baseman.
Leaps a foul right field side. There are only 3 players in the National League that played all 162 games last year, and Houston owns all 3 of them. Biggio played them all. Jeff Bagwell did, as did Steve Finley.
That's remarkable when you think about that road trip they took during the convention last year.
Ground ball deep short. Juan Bell's going to have to hurry. No chance. Biggio an infield single. Well, Biggio leads off Houston's first with a base hit in the hole.
Bell does what he can do here on a guy that can really run, Craig Biggio, and Kruk makes the correct plays. You see Kruk come way off the bag, catch the ball out front, make sure he doesn't get short hopped, because it was going to be a base hit all the way.
Houston will run as far as stolen bases, but against Mulholland, lots of luck, because Terry is the best in the National League at holding runners. Set a major league record with 16 pickoffs last year. Only 2 stolen bases against him all year. Here's a bunt foul.
How about only 7 attempted? Give you some idea of how, as you say, Harry, nobody even really runs on. Finley bunting there. Didn't look like he was bunting for a base hit as much as he's looking to sacrifice and get the runner to second base and try and pick up a quick run.
He had 16 sacrifice bunts last year, so he will do that. And the Astros would like to jump on top. That's his conventional move, Mulholland's, not his step-off move.
Well, Biggio's not getting much of a lead over there. Biggio's seen Mulholland enough to know that there's no sense in trying to take a big lead on him.
There's the step-off move. And the good one, and Biggio really had to dive back safely.
There it is. That step-off move, and he gets so much on it that he picks runners off even when they know it's coming.
Bunts it again and bunts it foul. 0-2 to Finley, coming off a fine year. He had 292. Had 5 home runs last year. A lot of triples, 13. All 5 of his home runs were hit in this ballpark, oddly enough. Off the end of his bat foul, still 0-2.
Terry Mulholland against left-handed hitters last year, they batted .211 against him. Right-handed batters .272. So he can be pretty tough on left-handed hitters for the most part.
Biggio at first base and nobody out here in the bottom of the first. Phillies had a threat in the top half. Now something's bothering Finley in the center field area, so Jim Quick, the plate umpire, is going to, maybe there was a light or something. Into left center field. Right there is Milt Thompson. Finley's out, 1 down. Now bring on Jeff Bagwell. Bagwell hit .273 last year, 18 home runs, knocked in 96. Year before, he was the rookie of the year. They got him from the Boston Red Sox August of 1990 for
Larry Anderson.
Right.
What a deal for the Astros. Well, the Boston Red Sox at that time were going for a pennant, and they decided that Larry Anderson could help them. And he went up there and pitched, and then wound up at San Diego.
Breaking ball in the dirt, good catch by Dalton.
This guy's a back leg hitter if there ever was one. Jeff Bagwell just sits on that back leg. He uppercuts everything, and he loves the ball inside. He'll either pull that ball inside or he can fight it off and hit it to right field, but you have to play him as a pull hitter.
That step-off pickoff move.
Morandini is playing way over near second base, and they have Dykstra shaded towards center as you look at left center as you look at Mulholland with that quick move.
He balls and no strikes to Bagwell.
Here's Morandini, and you'll see where he stops. They're giving Bagwell a lot of room on the right side. When he gets his hits on the right side, normally he gets jammed. He is really strong.
Has missed badly with all 3 pitches to Bagwell, so Mulholland falls behind 3-0. Him on 4 pitches, and that is not like Terry Mulholland. Graybeck walked a batter in the first, unlike him, and now Mulholland walks Bagwell, putting 2 men on base, 1 out for Eric Anthony. Anthony, the big, strong left-hand hitter, 25 years old, 34th round draft pick in the June '86 draft. Hard to believe. He's been a highly touted player in the Astros organization for the last several years. Well, the Phillies posed a threat in the top half of this inning. Graybeck pitched out of it with a strikeout double play. Now the Astros a threat against Mulholland.
Eric Anthony is like a Bagwell from the left side. He's a dead pull hitter, likes the ball down and in. A real low ball hitter, and as a result, they have Bell over near second base, and Dykstra playing towards right center. Even off a left-handed pitcher.
1 ball and 1 strike. They got good production for number of hits. 105 hits last year, yet knocked in 80 runs.
Well, they think he turned the corner last year, Harry. They've been waiting for him for a while. They really like Anthony.
Fouls it down the left field side. Last player to get that many RBIs with that few hits was Bob Bailey. The 1970 Expos, who knocked in 84 runs on 101 hits in 70.
Beatles Bailey.
Yeah.
One of the bonus babies. See if they go right for the kill now away, because that's where you get this guy out.
Time had been called, no pitch. The all-time major league leader for RBI's fewest hits. Remember that Clyde Baumer of the Boston Red Sox in 1951?
I don't remember it. I read about it.
97 at-bats, 85 RBIs. He'd come up as a pinch hitter all the time for the Red Sox in the early 50s and just had an amazing run. Hit into right center, fairly deep, but Lenny Dykstra's there, makes the grab, tagging his Biggio. He'll go to third after the catch. That's 2 outs. The Astros have runners at first and third. These fans are applauding a deep fly ball.
I think they thought that was pretty neat that Biggio tagged up, huh? Well, they're into it, right? You know, we haven't seen this many people here or in the press box since 1980, when the Phillies had that great series. It's nice to see the enthusiasm here.
Yes, it is.
You know, it's all right if they don't clap at the right times and all.
Here's Ken Caminetti. Caminetti hit 294 last year, 13 homers, knocked in 62. In his career, he's been a lot better right-handed hitter than left. 1 ball and no strikes. He's been a tough out for Mulholland, the .364 lifetime hitter against Terry.
And he hit .303 against left-handed pitching last year, as Harry mentioned, a little better in his career. .289 against left-handers. Broke in against the Phillies and won Player of the Week honors.
Yeah, he had a tremendous series. Bouncing ball, chopped to shortstop. Bell juggles. Houston scores. Biggio crosses the plate. And it'll be an error on Juan Bell, and Houston takes a 1-0 lead.
Well, Bell has been the guy that they want to play shortstop for them. He had a shaky spring, and this is not a good play. He charges this ball, and he has to make that play. It's not that it's an easy play, but it's a ball that a Major League shortstop has to make with 2 outs.
That'll bring up Luis Gonzalez, so Houston takes the lead with an unearned run. 2 men on base, 2 outs. All Gonzalez is hoping for is any kind of April. Last year he hit 148 in April. Let's pause for station identification on the Phillies television network.
You're watching Phillies baseball on WPHL TV, Philadelphia.
1 strike to Luis Gonzalez. Into right field, not real deep. Eisenreich is there, makes the catch. That'll retire the side. Houston gets an unearned run on 1 hit. 1 Philly error, 2 men left. After 1-0 Houston.
While you're enjoying some of the comforts of home, remember, your home can give you lots of other comforts. Like a way to consolidate all your bills and loans. Mellon PSFS Home Equity Loans. While you're enjoying some of the comforts of home, remember, your home can give you lots of other comforts. Like a college education. Mellon PSFS Home Equity Loans.
Buy an international business class seat, and that's what you get. So what's the difference? Continental's new Business First. With the room and comfort of a true sleeper seat. The luxury of international first class, but at a business class fare. Continental's Business First. The business class to Europe that's truly first class. That's the difference.
People who go to a Phillies game have fun, and the ones who seem to have the most fun are the ones who get full or part season tickets. They know they've got good seats, so they don't have to scramble or wait in line. Get the best seats with the least hassle with full or part season tickets. And you can get guaranteed box seats for 13 games for just $130. For more information on all the 1993 season ticket plans, call 463-5000.
After 1 inning of play, it's the Astros 1 and the Phils 0. Upcoming Phillies telecasts include 2 more games from the Astrodome tomorrow night and Wednesday night on Sports Channel. Then be here Sunday at 1 for Neil Hartman in the pregame show, and at 1:30, Phils and the Cubs from Veterans Stadium. We play the home teams on PHL 17. Darren Daulton leads it off. Daulton, of course, the RBI king of the National League last year with 109 of them. Pops a foul. It's going to come back behind the Phillies dugout and out of play. 0-1 to Darren Daulton. Daulton lifetime has not had good success against Draybeck. He has hit a couple of home runs off him, but lifetime a 176 hitter against Draybeck. Really the only Philly in the lineup who has hit Draybeck in his career is John Kruk at 324. Pops him up. Shallow right center field. Finley coming on. 1 down. It'll bring up Milt Thompson. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Phillies and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form without the express written consent of the Phillies.
Fielder number 25, Milt Thompson.
Held as an extra outfielder for the Cardinals, hit .293 last year. Good pickup by the Phils. Beat platooning in left with Pete Incaviglia. Had a good spring, hit .347. Good curveball.
He had such a good spring. It looks like the Astros aren't sure how to play him. They're basically playing him straight away in the outfield. A lot of teams will overshift Thompson towards left center.
Well, I have been looking at them, and that's the way they're playing most of the hitters. It looks like they're going to play their outfield, give them the line, and take away the alleys, sort of thing.
Yeah, like the old Cincinnati Reds defense used to play that way a lot. The old Big Red Machine.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Last time these two met in an opening game, I was here, Wheels, 1965.
Remember that game well, Harry. Chris Short pitched a great game that night.
Shut the Astros out on 4 hits. Dick Allen a 2-run home run, 2-0 final.
Bob Bruce was the loser.
That is correct. My first major league game as a broadcaster.
Did you call the homer?
Well, I don't think so. I only did 1 inning, man. I don't believe it was in that particular inning.
It was in the 3rd.
It was one of those first time in the major leagues, and I had 2 hours worth of information to try to put into 1 inning, you know.
And he got a 1-2-3 probably.
Yeah. Ball and 2 strikes to Thompson with 1 out. Tops the ball to the second baseman, Biggio. Thompson's retired. 2 down. It'll bring up Jim Eisenreich.
I used to listen to you, not knowing you, of course, but thinking how terrific you were when I was in the Army. I'm not kidding now. In San Antonio, Texas, at Fort Sam Houston. And I love baseball so much, and I would listen to the Houston Astro games, and you were doing them, and that was in 1968.
Probably on WWL New Orleans, huh?
I don't know. It was in San Antonio.
Powerful still. Yeah. No, San Antonio. We had stations.
Had a network station there. Sure, we used to sit outside the barracks and you know, listen to the Houston game.
Sounds like you didn't have a very exciting military career. Listening to us.
That would be an understatement. It wasn't real exciting being a medic.
1 ball and 1 strike to Eisenreich. Ray Beck back home from Victoria, Texas. As is Greg Swindell, who will pitch tomorrow night.
Boy, he wears out that outside corner just off it with that curveball. The left-handed hitter. Such an effective pitch for Ray Beck. And, you know, he's in an Astros uniform. Same way he pitches a Pittsburgh Pirate. Just keep flopping that curveball up there.
2-2 to Eisenreich.
Doesn't throw hard, but what he does is he gets hitters swinging late at his fastball or jamming themselves because they're so aware of that curveball.
On the ground is Cedeno. Just got Eisenreich on a close play, and that'll retire the side. No runs, hits, errors, and none left. We go to the bottom of the second, 1-0 Houston.
In the darkest hour, their actions can mean the difference between life and death, even your own.
We've got a helicopter coming in for the injured parties.
Ride along with these real-life heroes.
The suspect is traveling approximately 110 to 120 miles per hour.
The men and women of our nation's highway patrol in an explosive new series that puts you behind the wheel 5 nights a week. Real stories of the Highway Patrol.
Weeknights at 7:30 on PHL 17.
Welcome to Napa, America's most complete source for quality auto parts and accessories.
And now get hot spring buys at Napa. Quality Napa motor oil just 99 cents a quart. Get 2 Napa Silverline oil filters just $4. STP oil treatment is free after double mail-in rebate. And don't miss this special value. Napa's 5-piece cooler combo just $19.99. Save big on hot spring buys now at Napa, America's first choice.
Hi, I'm Jim McCann of 800 Flowers, and our guest, the Easter Bunny.
Call me Bun.
Bun, where do you get all those Easter eggs?
Well, a lot of my friends are chickens.
How about the chocolate ones?
The supermarket.
And the flowers?
Hey, I don't deliver flowers.
Good, so then we're not in competition.
You don't do eggs, I don't do flowers.
That's one Showers of Flowers bouquet guaranteed and delivered by Easter.
And to all you good eggs out there, happy Easter.
Big games. Monday, April 26th at 7:35, and Tuesday afternoon, April 27th at 12:35. It's the First Business Person Special. And Barry Bonds, Will Clark, and the Giants come to town. Call 463-1000.
Andujar Cedeno will lead off the shortstop for the Houston Astros, a 23-year-old. Really counting on him reaching his potential. One strike to him. Hit just 173 for Houston last year, then was sent to Tucson where he hit 293. Couldn't tell that by his work against the Phillies, though. He hit Phillies pitching with a 343 clip. He didn't hit the rest of the league, but he hit the Phils.
Yeah, they like Cedeno. They think he's their shortstop of the future, and he has a little power, too.
Ball and a strike to Cedeno.
Certainly has a great name for this franchise.
Cesar Cedeno had many great years here. Another guy that was here for that opening day 1965. Bill Giles, of course, was here working for the Astros. And Larry Turker was a member of the Astros. He was in the Houston broadcast crew. And Joe Morgan is here. On the ground to Morandini. Cedeno is retired.
Bill Giles had a little quiz on the bus last night, asking people if they knew who his PA announcer was when they first started here in Houston. And not too many people knew it. And the answer to that, of course, is Dan Rather.
Dan Rather was?
Yep. Early on, yep.
What do you call that?
Said he paid him $19 a game or something.
Here's that Taubensee. Taubensee at 222 last year. Hard ground ball, but it's at Bell. He has it. And throws Taubensee out. That's 2 down, and that'll bring up Doug Graybeck. Well, the 1993 Phils look like a scrappy team. It should be a lot of fun to watch, and the best way to watch the Phillies in '93 was season tickets. Season ticket plans to fit every schedule and budget. You can purchase one for as little as $130 for just 13 games. And the season may have already started. You can still purchase a season ticket. For all the exciting details, call the Phils at 215-463-5000. Doug Graybeck knows what to do with a bat. He can help himself and does in situations where he can knock in a run. He's a lifetime 160 hitter. He has 1 career home run.
I can send get well wishes along to Brian Lamoureux. Works for the Phillies. He's been laid up with a back problem the last few weeks, and Brian's feeling better real soon.
Up back line drive to Juan Bell, and that will retire the side. No runs, hits, or errors, and none left. At the end of 2 innings, Houston 1, Phils nothing.
There was one thing about Bud that we kept hearing over and over.
Now that's fresh beer. Huh? Okay, let's say this is the original Budweiser brewery in St. Louis. There's another one in Texas.
And 2 more in Florida.
New York, California, New Jersey.
Over a dozen of them.
So Budweiser doesn't have to truck their beer clean across the country.
So you know it's fresh.
Right.
Is that my beer in New Jersey?
Dear Midas customers, now save 25% on brake shoes or pads, guaranteed for as long as you own your car. And we'll fix the brakes on most cars the same day you call. That's the Midas way, the way it should be.
And talk about the way it should be. Right now, Midas will give you 25% off brake shoes or pads. And with your 25% off, you'll also get a free oil change, a free lube, and a free filter. But you better hurry. This offer ends soon.
There has never been a better day to bring your company back to AT&T for AT&T quality and 100 free days. Sign up for one of our special plans and you can get 100 free days of long-distance 800 service, fax, and data over the next 2 years. Call 1-800-222-0400 for full details. Don't let the sun go down without calling. AT&T, the best in the business.
April 20, 21, and 22, the Phillies play the Padres, followed by the Dodgers the 23rd and 24th, when fans 14 and under get a free card book, and Sunday, April 25th, for the Fanatic's birthday, when fans 14 and under receive a free baseball.
Houston leading at 1-0. We're in the third, and Juan Bell, the shortstop, leads off for the Phils. Bell had a pretty good spring, hit .333 this spring. Juan's faced Draybeck 4 times. He has 2 hits off him, the switch hitter. Caminetti shortens up at third base.
There's Caminetti in case Bell might bunt. And once again, Doug Draybeck throws a first ball curveball to a left-handed hitter.
One ball and 1 strike to Juan Bell. Right there. 1-2. Got him as he chased the low breaking ball. Second strikeout for Draybeck. 1 down here in the third. Well, the first visit of the Dodgers with Darryl Strawberry and Eric Davis will be weekend April 23rd, 24th, and 25th. Saturday the 24th against the Dodgers. All fans 14 and under receive a Phillies baseball card book free, including some Phillies baseball cards. Great item from all young fans. Compliments of Donruss. Holland pops one back and out of play. Phils and the Dodgers. Card books for all youngsters April 24th at 7:05. For ticket information, call 215-463-1000. Phil's president and chief executive officer Bill Giles, wife Nancy, for this opener, along with his good buddy from Houston, Dick Hogan. Fly ball into right field. Eric Anthony right there. Mulholland is retired. 2 down. It'll bring up Lenny Dykstra.
I'd like to send belated birthday wishes along to nice lady Marie Gossett of Ben Salem. Had a little party for her up there yesterday, so congratulations, Marie. You made another one, and happy birthday.
2 outs and no base runners. Phils have 1 hit, a single by Mickey Morandini. We're in the third. 1-0 Houston.
Draybeck, one of those guys that has a lot of trouble in the first inning. He had trouble in the first inning. The Phillies did not get him, and he can really be tough after that.
All of no strikes.
Last year gave up 19 first inning runs, and earned run average of over 5 for the first inning.
Fouls it into the dugout. 1-1 the count to Lenny Dykstra. Check. Nope, not according to Jim Quick. 1 ball and 2 strikes. bouncing ball to first base. Bagwell makes the play himself, and that will retire the side. No runs, hits, errors, and none left. We go to the bottom of the third. Still 1-0 Houston.
Bert sells balloons. Bob sells balloons. Bert sells wacky gifts. Bob sells wacky gifts. Bert delivers. Bob delivers. So if Bob's got everything Bert's got, why is Bert busy and Bob not? Now, do you suppose Bert's got a big color ad in the book 9 out of 10 people use? The genuine Bella Pennsylvania Yellow Pages. 9 out of 10 use it. No other book can match it. A Bell Atlantic Company.
Phone, Mr. Lyons? Phone. Hello?
Lyons, that package you sent
That's not me. What? I am shocked. Shocked and appalled. Let me confer with my staff. Federal Express?
Only Federal Express can confirm delivery in seconds and has a tracking guarantee.
Your people received the package at 9:20 a.m.
I'm terribly sorry.
Say no more. Let's do lunch.
Nobody tracks better than Federal Express.
Today, Nature World brings us to residential America, home of Cub Cadet lawn tractors, like this 1330. A common sight in these grassy areas, Cub Cadet lawn tractors can easily be recognized by their distinctive markings and features, like a pivoting cast iron front axle, electric PTO, and a welded steel frame. The 1330's mulching kit lets you care for your environment by disposing of grass clippings naturally. Appearing in your neighborhood soon, Cub Cadet, working over time.
Tonight's Phillies game on PHL 17 is brought to you in part by Budweiser, the king of beers, to remind you friends know when to say when. By your Quality Plus Ford dealers, who invite you to come in and test drive the brand new 1993 Pro. And by Pizza Hut. Call Pizza Hut Delivery now and have your pizza by the 6th inning. Greg Biggio leads off. 1 strike to Biggio. He singled his first time up, scored the only run of the game. Ball and a strike.
Astros scoring that run in the first inning, the only run of the ball game without a ball out of the infield.
Biggio is one of these hitters that is unusual because he hits right-handers better than he does left-handers.
He really does stay in there well against right-handers. He has a tendency to pull off a little more against lefties.
I was somewhat critical of the move when they moved Biggio from behind the plate to second base, thinking that when you have a really good young catcher like this guy was, why move him? But it's paying off for Houston. Last year he stole 38 bases, and he's a good second baseman.
Yeah, and you're not going to steal 38 bases if you catch.
No.
Your legs are just going to be too worn out.
There's a foul, left field side, 2-2 to Biggio.
I think, Harry, he proved what a really good athlete he is when they also played him in center field for a while. We saw him play center field. He was really good at it.
Product of Seton Hall. On the ground to Hollins. Good footwork by Kruk at first base. 1 down. Kruk does not look like an athlete, certainly, but he is.
He's a very good athlete. Hollins eats him up with his throw, but as Harry said, good footwork. Now watch what he does with his feet. He has to get away from the runner. So he just tags the bag with the right foot. Normally they'll use the left foot.
He's the Krucker. Worked out at Veterans Stadium religiously all year. All winter. Every day.
Then what happened?
Looks the same. looks the same.
Exactly the same.
2 balls and no strikes to Finley.
I think when he got to Florida, he didn't work out as much.
Hard ground ball. Kruk will make the play himself. He does not make many errors there.
No, and what he does, it's one of those things that doesn't show up in the box score too often, but you know it when you watch him play, is he's such a good thrower that he'll get that lead man at second many times, keep the double play in order, or he'll make the 3-6-3 double play, which is one of the harder plays in baseball.
And he will. Jeff Bagwell walked his first time up. On the outside corner. Bruck knocks it down. He'll recover in plenty of time. That'll retire the side. So Bruck a busy man in that half inning. No runs, hits, errors, none left. Chris Wheeler and Rich Ashburn have play-by-play for you in the fourth. At the end of 3, 1-0 Houston.
Come see castles and knights. Explore legends, be bold. Conquer dragons, cross countries, hear tales being told. Adventures waiting, there's no time to waste. Come see, come conquer, there's only one place. Busch Gardens, nearby faraway place. Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, come see, conquer.
What a way to start the season. Just look at who the Phillies are playing at home in April. The Cubs, Reds, Padres, Dodgers, and Giants. Some April, some fun. Get set for the Phillies home opener. Friday, April 9th, 3:05 against the Chicago Cubs. Big deal, big doings, big celebration. Compliments of American Appliance. Reserve your home opener tickets now. Call 463-1000.
In the old days, you could find a great tasting pizza on almost every corner. Now you can get that great taste right outside your front door. Introducing Neapolitan pizza, now delivered from Pizza Hut. Made with an old-fashioned tomato sauce, mouth-watering mozzarella, and a deliciously thin crust. So call Pizza Hut Delivery and get a large Neapolitan pizza for just $6.99. It's a new old-fashioned way to stop and smell the pizza.
Since Veterans Stadium's first day of business in 1971, openers at the Vet have been filled with errors, drops, flies, hits, blasts, and even special deliveries.
And fourth inning baseball from the Astrodome. The Phillies trail this game 1-0, an unearned run for the Houston Astros. My distinct pleasure to welcome Mr. Rich Ashburn.
Okay, Wheels. Another year.
Oh, here we go. Morandini leads it off. Morandini, Kruk, and Hollins. 3 left-handed batters have faced Doug Drabeck. Mickey singled in the hole to right field his first time up. Starts him with that breaking ball outside.
Starts those left-hand hitters off of that breaking pitch almost every time.
And he gets it over a lot, although tonight he not quite as much early here on this season. Doug Drabeck basically fastball, sinking fastball, throws some sliders to right-handed batters and a curveball. Occasional straight change. Morandini batted .265 for the Phillies last season, hit 3 home runs, knocked in 30.
Really didn't start playing either till, on a regular basis, till up the middle of the season.
Fouls that one off, went to that bottle bat, kind of a bat that looks like the one you used to use a little bit.
That's the old U1. A lot of good hitters used that bat. Ted Kluszewski used that bat. He was a powerful hitter for the Cincinnati Reds.
Mickey choking way up on it. 2 balls and 2 strikes on him. Right down the pipe, takes it for strike 3 call. 1 out here in the 4th.
Throws him with that fastball inside corner. That's what he tried to do with Hollins earlier. This time he caught the corner. That's what he tried to do with Milt Thompson.
Strikeout number 3 for Drabeck, and here's Kruk, who walked his first time up. Can you get that fastball over like that when you throw so many backdoor breaking balls?
Well, he can. You know, a lot of that's what good pitchers do.
Kruk in a very, very open stance. He changes his stance a lot. And we've seen him in this one before. It doesn't mean he'll stay in it very long. Two balls and no strikes on Kruk. One out, nobody on base. 1-0 Houston in the fourth. And Drabek misses outside. He's walked one batter tonight, and that was Kruk in the first.
A special birthday today. Wheels. Haley Hall.
Grandchild.
The madam is a year old today.
That's great.
Karen and Bob Hall's little girl.
How many grandchildren you have now?
6.
There's that open. So
Yeah,
he just backed out.
You can see he starts open and then kind of swings that leg in.
That is really open in the back of the box. And he walked him. Harry mentioned early on that Kruk is one of the few hitters in the Phillies lineup to have any luck with Drabek, and Drabek's treating him with a lot of respect. Well, the home opener's coming up on Friday night. That'll be April the 9th. That'll be Friday afternoon, of course, at 3:05. A brand new season at the Vet. The Cubs will be in town. We have the intrigue of another first ball delivery. We'll call your number at 215-463-1000 for tickets. That's the easy way to get them, and we'll see you at the Vet on Friday afternoon at 3:05. Phillies and the Chicago Cubs. Cubs lost 1-0 to Atlanta today. Collins the batter. Collins a key batter in that first inning, Whitey, when he struck out with a runner going.
Yeah, and it was a high pitch. It was a ball 4, which would have loaded the bases, but you know, he might have hit that ball over the roof too. So he's anxious, you know. He's opening game, probably a little nervous. Saw those RBIs out there.
There's a line drive, and it's a base hit. Kruk is heading around second. He's going to get to third. Good base running by John Kruk as Gonzalez gets it back in. So the Phillies now with runners at the corners again for the second time in the game with 1 out.
Now see, there's the same pitch. This is a high pitch, and Dalton hits this one. That's high and outside. Or Hollins hits it and just over the shortstop's glove, Cedeno, and so you never know. You know, you miss a high pitch and then you hit one.
Well, here's Darren Dalton in an RBI spot. Darren leading the league in RBIs last year, of course, with 109 of them, 27 homers, and has a chance to pick up one here. He hit a fly ball to shallow center his first time up. Drabek gets it over for a strike.
I think he had Dutch looking for the breaking ball. He started those left-hand hitters off with breaking balls. The pitch he just took was out away from him a little bit, but he likes that pitch.
Hit hard to right field. Anthony can't make the play. Kruk will score on his way to third as Hollins and Dalton at second base with a double. We're tied at 1, and Dalton has his first run batted into the year.
I tell you, he's picking up where he left off last year and spring training. He just didn't leave many runners out there. That's an off-speed pitch out away. Got it off the end of the bat. Anthony gave it a good try. His glove just wasn't quite low enough to stop the ball. Good backup out there by Finley.
And here's Milt Thompson with runners at second and third. See what they do with their infield. Surprising. They're back. Only up at third base with Caminetti.
Well, with runners on second and third, you know, they're worried about the runner on second scoring also.
Thompson fouls it off.
This is where Milt Thompson is going to help the Phillies in these kind of situations. He's a contact hitter, pretty good hitter. Drabek is giving him a lot of off-speed stuff, and then he's trying to bust him hard inside.
Here's a look at John Kruk, who scored the first run of the season for the Phillies. And we're tied at 1 here in the fourth. Hard ground ball. What a play by Drabek. And Hollins tries to run over Taubman, and he gets him. Oh, Doug Drabek made some play there. Dalton moves to third, and there are 2 outs.
Now you have to give Drabek credit there. That ball was hit sharply. And watch Drabek just fly to his left.
What an athlete.
He was aware of the situation, turned around, caught Caught the runner coming into Hollins, trying to, the only chance he had was to knock the ball out of Taubensie's glove.
And Taubensie, of course, saw it coming all the way. He had time to get ready. Now here's Eisenreich. Taubensie just went out to have a conversation with Drabek with Juan Bell on deck and 2 outs. Eisenreich grounded to short his first time up. Well, Drabek has a chance to get out of it now because of his fine play. Outside, ball 1. Phillies with a run in the inning on 2 hits. They have runners at the corners now with 2 outs, and we're tied at 1 in the 4th. Jim Eisenreich had 28 runs batted in last year in limited play, mostly as a pinch hitter. There's a little looper to left field, and it's a base hit. Dalton scores, and the Phillies pick up a 2-out run. They lead it 2-1 on Eisenreich's first hit in the National League.
And there's where Jim Eisenreich is going to help also. You know, Fregosi has people on his bench now. Now tomorrow night we'll see Incaviglia, we'll see Wes Chamberlain coming back from that flu. But the bottom of his order now is a lot more productive.
Yeah, and you know, tonight if Chamberlain hadn't gotten sick, he might have started the ball game tonight because the Phillies have no left-handed hitter on the bench with Eisenreich playing. But he sure cashes in there. Here's Juan Bell, who struck out on a breaking ball in the dirt his first time up. Mulholland waits on deck. Phillies with a 2-1 lead. There's that breaking ball again that he swings through.
He has to make that pitch a strike. He struck out on one earlier that was out of the strike zone and chased that pitch, which was also a little low. This guy's not a bad little hitter, Bell. It looks like he's, you know, developing into a little better hitter.
Well, this is situation hitting here too, because as an 8-hole hitter, you really want him to somehow get on base, even if he has to walk to get the pitcher out of the way with 2 outs. And that's something that's tough for 8-hole hitters to do. You're not going to see a whole lot of fastballs usually in this spot. Bell wants time and gets it. Phillies with a walk and 3 hits in the inning. 2 runs and lead it 2-1. Chop to Bagwell. He'll go to the bag, and that'll do it. So the Phillies pick up 2 in the inning, and after 3.5, they lead it 2-1.
Hi, I'm Ed O'Neill. You know, PHL 17 is the new home of the Phillies. And to celebrate, we want to send you to the Phillies home opener. Just watch Married with Children weeknights at 6:30 and 7 for your chance to call in and win an exclusive PHL 17 Phillies Flyers Sixers golf shirt and 4 tickets to the Phillies home opener against the Cubs on Friday, April 9th at 3:05. So watch Married with Children and join the celebration with PHL 17, the new home of the Phillies.
When cars are called luxury sedans, what does that mean? Leather appointments? Absolutely. Dual airbags, wood trim? Mandatory. You gotta have a CD player and power sunroof. But you know what? On most luxury sedans, these features cost extra. Not the Infiniti J30. They're all standard. See, Infiniti thinks when you buy a luxury car, the luxury shouldn't be optional.
For a J30 signature lease, see your Infiniti dealer today.
My Uncle Ernie loves the Phillies, but he's such a lousy driver, he could never make it to the vet to see him play. He even got his insurance canceled trying. So to get Uncle Ernie off the road and into Veterans Stadium, we got him Prism.
Kruk, Dykstra, Dalton, the Phillies are gearing up for an exciting season, and Prism has 45 games from Veterans Stadium. To order Prism, dial 1-800-CABLE-ME. Call now and get installation for only $4.95 or a free upgrade.
I can't believe Uncle Ernie makes his living as a driving instructor.
Hi, I'm Neil Hartman with a sports break. The Phillies-Astros game is the lone night affair on this opening day in the National League. Earlier today at Wrigley Field in Chicago, it was Atlanta over the Cubs 1-0. The expansion Florida Marlins beat the LA Dodgers 6-3. It was Cincinnati 2, Montreal 1, and the New York Mets shut out the other expansion team, the Colorado Rockies, 3-0. We're going to the bottom of the fourth. The Phils do lead 2-1. Let's go back to Chris Wheeler and Richie Ashburn.
All right, Neil Hartman, thank you very much. And back here at the Astrodome, here's Eric Anthony leading it off, number 4 hitter for Art Howe. And misses with a breaking ball, does Mulholland. How about Greg Max today, right out of the chute, huh?
8 1/3 innings he went.
Shutout.
Ike Stanton got the last 2 outs for him.
Anthony, good swing at that, fouls it straight back, 1-1.
Only gave up 5 hits.
Mike Morgan giving up 1 run in the first inning and loses. Phillies will probably see Morgan on Saturday at the vet. Unless they bring him back on Friday, which would be unlikely. Anthony hit a fly ball to center his first time up. Hard ground ball, and that's a base hit for Eric Anthony into center field. Well, Eric Anthony on with a leadoff single here in the 4th inning. And that's hit number 2 off Mulholland. That'll bring up Ken Caminetti. He lived on an error by Bell in the first inning, and that plated the only run in the game for Houston. Phil's lead at 2-1.
This guy started hitting the Phillies right from the get-go. His first game against the Phillies, I don't remember the year, whatever it was, he had a home run and a triple.
Won Player of the Week honors that week. In just 4 games. It was right after the All-Star break. Mulholland gets a strike.
Hit well over 300 against the Phillies last year. Over lifetime 300 against them.
Believe it or not, Whitey, that was 1987. Quick move over there and back in time, Anthony.
That organist you hear in the background is from Wilmington, Delaware. Jim Connors wanted to say hi to his mom, Betty, in Wilmington. Nice young man.
Outside to Caminetti. That must be a fertile ground for organists there, because that Paul Richardson's from that area. Phillies organist.
He wanted to send his greetings along to Paul.
One ball, 1 strike now on Caminetti. Nobody out. Eric Anthony, the runner at first. Big pitch by Mulholland gets ahead of him.
Jim and Angie Wright here from Collingdale, PA.
Look out. That scattered him in the Phillies dugout. There's Big Bird, David West, Tommy Green, Tyler Green. Yeah, the wire isn't on that fence anymore, so it doesn't protect them. Stay loose, guys.
I wonder why they took that little fence down they had there. They took it down on both dugouts.
I think they're wondering that, too. The guys in the dugout. Foul just in and out of the glove of Dalton.
The dugouts are very close to the action, close to the field.
There is Drayton McClain, the new owner of the Houston Astros, talking to Governor Ann Richards of the state of Texas. This guy has really pumped some enthusiasm back into this franchise. Maybe he didn't like the wire screens.
He also pumped some money back in there.
Yeah.
Doubled their payroll.
Off the glove of Mulholland. Morandini got him a double play. Terry Mulholland will catch an assist on that. And now there are 2 outs and nobody on base. Wasn't hit that hard.
Yeah, ball wasn't hit very well. Looked like he got it off the end of the bat, which he did. Terry just nicked it, slowed it a little, turned it into an easy double play for Morandini.
Phillies are actually pretty lucky there, because Mulholland could have deflected that anywhere.
Yeah.
With Morandini breaking for the ball, luckily it went right to him. Here's Luis Gonzalez hit a fly ball to right field his first time up. Gonzalez from Tampa, Florida. He has one of those textbook swings.
Yeah, he hasn't produced the way they thought he would. He's still young. He still has some time. This is a very young Houston team, as a matter of fact.
It's a young team, Whitey, and yet they start the season with no rookies.
Well, these guys have played. That's one thing Art Howe's done. He's played these young players, and it could pay off for him this season. He really likes his ball club.
Their average age is 27.5. Check swing to Hollins. He bobbles. Can he get him? Yes, just in time. Dave Hollins recovers and gets Gonzalez. In the inning, no runs, a hit, no errors, nobody left. Through 4, it's 2-1 Phils.
I work Saturdays and Sundays. It's not a job. It's a dedication. I don't think you can teach someone to tune. You just got to practice until it's natural, just like breathing. There seems something mystic about it. So much beauty comes out of music.
Mellon PSFS, you're why we do our very best.
Honey, I'm home. Sherry? Huh. Hope I didn't forget. Forget what? I took out the garbage. I wanted the plants. Hi, buddy. What could I forget? Anniversary, birthday. Oh, I'm okay. I'm covered.
The first digit.
Her number. I forgot to play her number. No. Oh, no, please. I don't believe it. Oh, not tonight.
7.
Don't forget to play every day, because you could win any night.
Fresh, pure, and natural. Budweiser, king of beers.
Low-scoring ball game. The Astros with a run in the first inning, an unearned run on an error by Juan Bell on a ball hit by Ken Caminetti, scoring Craig Biggio. Phillies with 2 in the 4th, an RBI double by Darren Dalton, and then with 2 outs, Jim Eisenreich singled in the other run. 2-1, Mulholland the batter. Will be Mulholland, and then the top of the order, Lenny Dykstra and Mickey Morandini. Terry hit a soft fly ball to right his first time up. Mulholland, a lifetime .082 hitter in the major leagues, hit .096 last year.
Good cut at that ball, had it timed, fouled it off. He really works on his hitting.
Well, you know, he was limited last year when Dawson broke his finger when he hit that line drive off his glove hand. That kind of set him back offensively.
He couldn't swing after that. Yeah.
All right. Drayback with a nasty breaking ball strikes him out. Down on strikes goes Mulholland, 1 out.
This is a play that Hollins ended the inning with. Check swing there. He juggled this ball and then really gunned it. Just barely got him. That's Jerry Crawford over there making the call. Jerry from Havertown, the son of the great Shag Crawford.
Good chance Shag's watching tonight. Hope he is, and if he is, how you doing, Shag? Good guy.
Al Barlick wanted to say hello to Shag Crawford.
Henry Crawford. See Shag at some golf tournaments throughout the year.
He and Bobby Shands win them all.
Yeah.
All except mine.
A couple of sandbaggers, if there ever were two. Dykstra's 0 for 2 tonight. 2 ground balls to first baseman Bagwell. That's 4 strikeouts for Draybeck. He's walked 2. Dykstra has not had good at bats his first 2 times up tonight. And count now 1 ball and 1 strike on him.
The great Dickie Kenselmo here tonight, the son of Peggy and Richard.
Pretty big crowd on hand. When he fouls it off down the left field line, this will go to the crowd. Dykstra didn't hit much in spring training, batted .213. He's one of those guys that just does not like spring training. And he felt that he'd be able to turn the switch when the season started.
Yeah, We all felt like that. But if you're going to get those offers, get them in spring training.
And he got jammed that time by Draybeck. Naylor jammed himself, and once again, Bagwell makes the play, and Lenny Dykstra, third straight time he's grounded out 3 unassisted.
Playing pepper with the first baseman so far. That got in on him a little bit, and he couldn't get his arms extended. He was up there as a defensive hitter, and that was a good pitch by Draybeck when the guy's up there defensive.
What do you mean defensive?
Well, when you're behind in the count, you kind of lay back and wait a little bit and just try to lay your bat on the ball, and that's what Lenny was trying to do.
Same thing with Morandini as he gets jammed by Draybeck, and he throws him out. So a strong inning for Doug Draybeck. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. To the bottom of the 5th inning at the Dome. Phil's 2 and the Astros 1.
Buy an international business class seat, and that's what you get. So what's the difference? Continental's new Business First. With the room and comfort of true sleeper seat. The luxury of international first class, but at a business class fare. Continental's Business First. The business class to Europe that's truly first class. That's the difference.
For all the thousands of words already written about the revolutionary Dodge Intrepid, Automobile Magazine managed to sum it up in just 4. Intrepid. This changes everything.
Phone, Mr. Lyons. Phone. Phone.
Hello?
Lyons, that package you sent That's not me. What? I am shocked. Shocked and appalled. Let me confer with my staff. Federal Express?
Only Federal Express can confirm delivery in seconds and has a tracking guarantee.
Your people received the package at 9:20 a.m.
I'm terribly sorry.
Say no more. Let's do lunch.
Nobody tracks better than Federal Express.
Today's Phillies game on PHL 17 is brought to you in part by Nationwide Insurance. Nationwide is on your side. Your Nationwide agent in Newtown is James Bodner. And by Jiffy Lube, America's favorite oil change. And by AT&T, the best in the business. Chris Wheeler along with Harry Callis and Rich Ashburn. And the first batter is Andujar Cedeno, the shortstop. He grounded to second his first time up, takes a strike called. Cedeno, Taubensee, Draybeck, the 7, 8, 9 hitters. Gerard Howe, line drive, and it just fouled down the right field line. This guy looks like he likes to inside out a lot of balls.
They don't seem to have any idea what this fella Cedeno is going to do with the bat. They know he can field. They know he has a lot of range, and he has a good arm. But they're all saying he has a lot of potential. That's usually...
You've heard that before, huh?
Yeah.
He gets a late swing and a foul off on the right side. He's a native of the Dominican Republic, and they are more or less giving him the shortstop job here. They have Jose Uribe, the longtime San Francisco Giant.
Seen this fella hit the ball a long way, which kind of surprises you.
Foul again, right side. Yeah, he is strong. That's one thing about him. He can really launch him once in a while. Swing and a miss. He got him. Down on strikes goes Andujar Cedeno. Terry Mulholland picks up a strikeout. That's his first of the game.
Swung at a high pitch. Good pitch with 2 strikes on the batter. Just couldn't catch up with it.
It really pulls off. You can see it on that swing. That's a great camera angle we have. Here's Taubensee, left-handed batting catcher.
Camera must be up in the dome, isn't it?
It's got to be up there. Be tough to hit it, I think.
I'd hate to be the cameraman up there.
that night Schmidt hit the speaker here? Turned into a grand slam single off Claude Osteen. He was pitching for Houston at the time.
Well, they raised the speakers after that.
Oh, yeah. There's a jammer to second. Morandini, an easy play to Kruk, and 2 up and 2 down here in the 5th. And Doug Drabek will bat. Houston pitcher hit a little humpback liner to short his first time up. Drabek coming into the season a lifetime 160 hitter, batting 157 with the Pirates last year.
I have an easy trivia question for you, Wheels. The two earlier expansion teams in the National League.
We'll save it. Here's Bell, here's Thompson. Milton runs him off, and Thompson makes the play. 3 up and 3 down in the 5th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Through 5 on opening night, 2-1 Phils.
We thought we'd been everywhere, seen everything. We were wrong.
We're back to the bone. We're back to the bone.
These guys were weird, and we liked it. Later, they took us to the Tower of Bud. Brother, tomorrow we ride again.
When cars are called luxury sedans, what does that mean? Leather appointments? Absolutely. Dual airbags, wood trim? Mandatory. You gotta have a CD player and power sunroof. But you know what? On most luxury sedans, these features cost extra. Not the Infiniti J30. They're all standard. See, Infiniti thinks when you buy a luxury car, the luxury shouldn't be optional.
For a J30 signature lease, see your Infiniti dealer today.
Enjoy an early spring break for fun with the Phillies' first business person special. Compliments of Mellon PSFS. Tuesday, April 27th at 12:35 when the Phillies play the Giants with Barry Bonds and Will Clark. Reserve your tickets now. Call 463-1000.
Well, after 5, this was supposed to be a good pitching matchup, and it is just that. 2-4-1 for the Phils, 1-2-1 for the Astros. Terry Mulholland with a walk and a strikeout, and Doug Drabek has 2 walks and 4 strikeouts. Mulholland giving up an unearned run in the first inning. The Phillies countering with 2 runs off Drabek in the 4th, and that's where we stand, Whitey. 2-1 here in the 6th inning.
The last expansion in the National League was the New York Mets and these Houston Astros in 1962.
Yeah.
Who were those 2 teams' first 20-game winners? And it happened in 1969. Both of them. That should be easy for you.
First 20-game winners. How about Larry Dierker?
Larry Dierker won 20 games for Houston.
And I'm going to say either Seaver or Kuzman for the Mets. That'd be one of them.
Tom Seaver won 25 in 1969.
Wow.
Nice going.
Took a while for him to win 20 games, huh? Hey, that was fun today watching. There's Larry Dierker right there. Broadcaster now for the Houston Astros. Had a heck of a career in this town.
Good pitcher and a good hitter.
That was fun today watching that Florida Marlin game with the Dodgers. You know, to see the excitement in that city, and they say there's a lot of excitement in Denver for the Colorado Ball Club on Friday.
They say that Denver will set the all-time National League record for opening day.
Here's the Krucker, hits a line drive on 1 hop. Speared by the second baseman, Biggio, and he throws him out. Kruk had walked twice prior to that and scored a run.
I think Biggio thought he caught it in the air, but Ripley, the second base umpire, gave the safe signal right away, so he went through with the play. We'll see here. Well, I tell you, that was pretty close. He's saying he caught it, but made the play anyway.
And here's Dave Holland, struck out into a double play in the first inning and then singled in the 4th. Hollins was thrown out at the plate on that great play by Drabek on a ball hit back through the middle by Milt Thompson. Here's Doug Drabek from Victoria, Texas, which is just down the road from the Astrodome. Now makes his home in a place called the Woodlands. here in Houston. A lot of people wanted to know why other teams didn't sign Drabek and Swindell. The main reason is they live here, and they wanted to come back. And they made it very clear if they gave them the money, they'd come here, and they did. Phils will see Swindell tomorrow night. Kurt Schilling will pitch that game for the Phillies. Breaking ball from Drabek misses. 2 balls, 1 strike on Hollins.
Our old buddy Chris James with this club. He's not too far away. I believe, what, Rusk, Texas?
Yeah, Rusk. I think he's from Plano. And no telling with CJ. He was with the Giants last year. Hard on 1 hop. Nice play. Daniel Merry Christmas throws him out 2 down. Boy, the Phillies have hit 2 bullets in this inning.
Yeah, that's a play you can make on AstroTurf. You know, you get that real true bounce. Here it is, and you'll notice he turns his head and just sticks his glove down, but he bounced right up into the glove. Made it look routine.
And here's Dalton. Darren doubled, knocked in a run, scored a run. Well, the Fanatic birthday cap will be on Sunday, April 25th against the Dodgers. The Fanatic celebrates another birthday in style. That is really a lot of fun. This year you can see a great Western show in honor of the Fanatic. To get your tickets, just call 215-463-1000. The Phillies and the Dodgers on Fanatic birthday cap day. Sunday, April the 25th. Second easy inning for Doug Drabek. 3 up and 3 down. He's had 2 in a row. In the 6th, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Astros bat in the bottom of the 6th. Phils lead it 2-1.
I remember last year, honey, when we were moving.
Right.
Well, she called us and said if we put both our new house and car policies with her, we would save money.
Well, we have so many choices at Nationwide, and my job is to make you aware of your options.
She was always there with an answer.
That's the way we're trained, to be very knowledgeable and to be there when people really need you the most. And that's important.
Agents like Margaret are Nationwide.
Nationwide is on your side.
Do you want your car done right?
In 1979, a new company changed the way people change their oil. Now Jiffy Lube offers you the experience gained from servicing more than 53 million cars. That's a level of experience you simply can't find anywhere else.
That's a very good reason to bring your car to Jiffy Lube, America's favorite oil change.
We got experience. Jiffy Lube.
Okay, panel. How can you recognize the genuine Yellow Pages?
It has a yellow cover.
Good.
This is a Belle of Pennsylvania on the front?
Right.
It has more choices inside.
Yes! That's how you tell the genuine article from mere imitators. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
The genuine Belle of Pennsylvania Yellow Pages. 9 out of 10 use it. No other book can match it. A ballot like.
Today's Phillies game on PHL 17 is brought to you in part by your local Dodge dealers. Come in today because we know how to help. And by Federal Express for documents, packages, and freight worldwide. Our most important package is yours. Top of the order for the Houston Astros, Craig Biggio, Steve Finley, Jeff Bagwell. To face Terry Mulholland, Phillies 2, Astros 1. Steve Smith from Springfield, Delaware County, also from the Philadelphia area here at the ball game tonight. Local radio station in Tulsa. One to be remembered to family and friends back home. And Mulholland paints that outside corner with strike 2.
Jim Quick has been excellent behind the plate tonight. It's a good crew of umpires.
And the crew chief will always be at home plate in the opening series. So there is Jim Quick, the veteran of this group. Jerry Crawford would be next in seniority down at first base. 2 pitchers that throw strikes, and he's calling them strikes.
Now that pitch was like, you know, 1.5 inches, 2 inches outside. It's a ball. There are umpires who call that a strike.
Some are known to expand that play a little. Strike 3 called. He got him looking. Well, Mulholland picks up his second strikeout. And Biggio gone.
Now, see, he's going for that outside corner. A little, now here you can see it from that top camera. That was very, very close. Might have been a hair outside. Too close to take.
Well, they talk about speeding up the game. One way you speed up the game is you expand the plate a little bit.
The hitters would love that.
They hate that. But they get used to it. That's close enough.
Look at the trajectory of that ball. That's a pretty good shot.
That's terrific. If you had those eyes as an umpire, you'd be all right, huh? Here's Finley 0 for 2. Runs up as if to bunt. He tried to bunt his first time up, fouled a couple off. That was after Biggio had reached base on an infield hit to lead off the ball game. Good-looking player, Steve Finley, who batted .292 last year. Knocked in 55 runs, stole 44 bases, and he's a very good outfielder. Mulholland throws it by him. He came over here in the deal that Kurt Schilling also was a part of, and Pete Harnish for Glenn Davis, all those guys coming over from Baltimore.
He's a kind of a player that Art Howe wants on his club. He can play offense and play defense. He can run, can throw.
Good piece of hitting, and what a play by Hollins. Oh, did he climb the ladder that time? Finley nailed it. Looked like it was going to be in the corner for a double, and Dave Hollins robs him.
Great reaction by Hollins. Finley hit a good pitch. Yes, sir. He got up in the air about as far as he could go. He's gone about as far as he can go.
You listen to a little country music down here?
Everything's up to date in Kansas City.
Heard caught you singing Oklahoma on the bus the other day.
Yeah, Oklahoma.
Here's Bagwell. Bagwell's 0 for 1 with a walk. First pitch is over for strike 1. 2 outs, nobody on base. Phillies 2, Astros 1 in the 6th. Opening night, 1993, and Mulholland is dealing right now. He's got good control. Gets ahead of Bagwell 0-2. That was pitch number 70 for Terry Mulholland.
And he and Graybeck have both kind of settled in.
Bagwell, pop-up, shallow right field. Here comes Eisenreich. He's there. 1, 2, 3 go the Astros here in the 6th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. Harry DeKay back with Whitey in the 7th. The score, Phillies 2 and the Astros 1.
When Bob borrowed a lawnmower, all he got was short grass. When Bob borrowed hedge clippers, all he got was nice shrubs. When Bob borrowed a ladder, all he got was red shutters. When Bob borrowed a hose, all he got was wet. But when Bob borrowed money, he got free banking services. The Mellon PSFS Smart Accounts. The package accounts for people who borrow as well as save.
My brother, about to become a father.
So how big can a crib be? Season tickets went on sale today, Mike.
Damn. Well, maybe next year.
You've gone 5 years straight.
Yeah.
Is this about the kid? This kid's getting for free, you know.
He's gonna be a little tight.
Mike, this year's on me.
Only one beer has the taste as genuine as the people who drink it. Budweiser.
Now, the new little guy's going to every game, right?
Bobby, it could be a girl.
A girl?
I heard you guys got a great deal on the '93 Ford Escort.
Not a deal, a whole new way of buying. 4 Escorts, one price, $10,499.
Not so fast. I want power steering, rear defrost, and a good stereo.
Still one price.
All right, I want air conditioning. And what if I want a hatchback or a sedan?
$10,499.
Now you can get any of 4 new 93 Escorts, all well-equipped for $10,499. No gimmicks, no hidden costs. See your Quality Plus Ford dealer today.
How about a wagon?
$10,499.
Just checking.
Every day, on 6 continents, the 26,000 people at DHL go out of their way to make sure your package doesn't.
Married with Children, weeknights at 6:30 and 7 on PHL 7.
After 6 innings of play, it's the Phillies 2 and the Astros 1. And tomorrow night at 8:30, the Flyers go head-to-head against the Winnipeg Jets. We play the Flyers on PHL 17. As Harry Kellis joins us in the 7th. Harry?
Great ball game, Whitey. 2-1 Phillies lead, and Milt Thompson leads it off. He's grounded out and grounded sharply back to the mound on a fine play by Doug Graybeck. Graybeck paints the outside corner with a curveball. Thompson didn't think so, but it's 1 ball and 1 strike. He's diving into that one, looking for a curve away, and that ran in on him, fouled it back. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bills got their 2 in the 4th. RBI double by Darren Dalton. RBI single by Jim Eisenreich. Missing with a curveball, 2-2. Got him with the deuce. 5th strikeout for Graybeck.
Oh, yeah, Graybeck has really settled in, too. This is a curveball, and it's a good one. It wasn't a strike, but tough to lay off if you have 2 strikes on you. See, Milt was a little out in front and a little on top of that pitch.
Eisenreich has grounded out and singled to drive in the Phillies' go-ahead run. Ground ball at Biggio. Eisenreich retired. And it'll bring up Juan Bell.
Come on, Chico.
Bell has struck out and grounded out. Low hit game. Graybeck's given up 4 hits. Mulholland's given up just 2.
Be nice if Bell could get on here some way to get Mulholland up there and get him out of the rotation and get Dykstra leading off again. That's why this 8-hole hitter can really help the team. Get him on base a few times. Get the pitcher out of the way. Mulholland has led off 1 inning already.
1 ball and 1 strike to Juan Bell. Breaking ball for strike.
Now if he's going to give him another breaking ball, he'll make it bad. Probably try to make it down and in, I would imagine. Try to get him to chase it. Down and in.
Yeah, he laid off at 2-2 to Juan Bell.
That's discipline there. You know, that started in the strike zone and then dropped out. Now he'll go to his fastball, I'm sure.
He does, and Bell sends it to left field. Caught by Gonzalez, and that will retire the side. No runs, hits, errors, and none less. Stretch time at the Astrodome, bottom of the 7th. Bills lead Houston 2-1.
Real heroes.
Our job is to lay down our lives. We took an oath at graduation to lay down our lives.
Real danger.
You get a little scared. You don't know what they're running for, but you get used to it.
Real stories.
Put your hands up! Put your hands up!
An explosive news series that puts you behind the wheel 5 nights a week. Real stories of the Highway Patrol.
Weeknights at 7:30 on PHL 17.
Driving a Volvo usually inspires a certain sense of safety. Well, now we offer an additional sensation. The Volvo 850 GLT. The Volvo 850 GLT was voted the best new car in the $20,000 to $30,000 class. Who are we to disagree?
Dear Midas customers, now save 25% on brake shoes or pads, guaranteed for as long as you own your car. And we'll fix the brakes on most cars the same day you call. That's the Midas way, the way it should be.
And talk about the way it should be. Right now, Midas will give you 25% off brake shoes or pads. And with your 25% off, you'll also get a free oil change, a free lube, and a free filter. But you better hurry. This offer ends soon.
Hi, I'm Dick Vermeer with a Blue Cross Blue Shield health tip. What is the #1 killer of Americans ages 1 to 44? Cancer, heart disease, traffic crashes. If you guess traffic crashes, you're right. Arrive alive, buckle up, and never drink.
In a pitching game so far, Mulholland has given up 1 unearned run on only 2 hits. Drabek has given up 2 earned runs while striking out 5. Eisenreich with the go-ahead RBI single. Phillies 2 runs on 4 hits. Each team has made an error. Astros 1 run on 2 hits.
And here's a guy who has one of those 2 hits, Eric Anthony. Anthony is 1 out of 2. 1 strike to him.
Kid is so strong.
2 strikes to him. Mulholland is in the middle innings here, has been in a good groove. He has been ahead of just about every hitter. 1-2-0-2.
Yeah, his location is improved considerably in the last in the middle innings, certainly.
Ooh, got him looking. 3rd strikeout for Terry Mulholland.
This is one of those borderline pitches, outside corner again. Too close to take. There's that. We can see that trajectory again. Watch the ball slide a little bit. Ooh, that was outside a little. That camera up top.
right where Dutch set up.
Well, he had 2 strikes on him.
Ground ball. Juan Bell does the pirouette. Truck holds the bag, and Caminetti is out. 2 down. It will bring up Luis Gonzalez. Well, our first of a record 5 business person specials coming up April 27th against Barry Bonds and the San Francisco Giants. Great midweek, midday baseball in the sun. And all these great business person specials, compliments of Mellon PSFS. Mark your calendar now. Tuesday, 12:35, April 27th against San Francisco. For tickets, call 215-463-1000. Gonzalez has flied out to right and grounded out. Bouncing ball to Morandini. A 1-2-3 inning for Mulholland. No runs, hits, errors, and none left. We go to the 8th. Phil's lead 2-1.
Come make contact with another world. SeaWorld.
My Uncle Ernie loves the Phillies, but he's such a lousy driver, he can never make it to the vet to see him play. He even got his insurance canceled trying. So to get Uncle Ernie off the road and into Veterans Stadium, we got him Prism.
Kruk, Dykstra, Dalton. The Phillies are gearing up for an exciting season, and Prism has 45 games from Veterans Stadium. To order Prism, dial 1-800-CABLE-ME. Call now and get installation for only $4.95 or a free upgrade.
I can't believe Uncle Ernie makes his living as a driving instructor.
Phone, Mr. Lyons? Phone.
Hello?
Lyons, that package you sent me!
That's not me. What? I am shocked. Shocked and appalled. Let me confer with my staff. Federal Express?
Only Federal Express can confirm delivery in seconds and has a tracking guarantee.
Your people received the package at 9:20 a.m.
I'm terribly sorry.
Say no more. Let's do lunch.
Nobody tracks better than Federal Express.
Today's Phillies game on PHL 17 is brought to you in part by Budweiser, the king of beers. Nothing beats a Bud. By the Bell of Pennsylvania Yellow Pages. No other book can match it. A Bell Atlantic Company. And by the Pennsylvania Lottery. Lottery proceeds benefit older Pennsylvanians. Harry Mulholland will lead it off for the Phillies here in the 8th. Fastball for a strike. Mulholland's flied out to right, and he has struck out. Nothing in 2 to Mulholland. Phil's lead it 2-1 here in the 8th inning. Third ball struck him out. 6 strikeouts for Draybeck. 1 down here in the 8th. It'll bring up Lenny Dykstra. Lenny has been playing pepper with Jeff Bagwell. All 3 times he's grounded out unassisted to the first baseman. Missing with a curveball. 1 ball and no strikes.
And he'd like to get his first base knock. Get an average.
2 balls and no strikes.
Probably the most anxious of all to get this season started. He doesn't like playing for funsies.
Ooh. Nice play, Bagwell. 2 Draybeck coverage.
4 times he's hit the ball to Bagwell. Bagwell made a good play here. Good throw to Draybeck. He's a good first baseman now, Bagwell. It's not his natural position, but he's turned into a fine defensive player at first.
Mickey Morandini got the Phil's first hit of the '93 season. He's 1 for 3.
George Kettleberger here from Southampton, PA. I'm going to say hi to his dad, Bill, watching the game tonight.
First bullpen activity of the night. So dominant of the pitcher's bench. Xavier Hernandez is up. Draybeck scheduled to hit 3rd in the bottom half of this inning. Jim Fregosi has not had to have anyone up the way Mulholland is throwing tonight. Ball and 2 strikes to Mickey Morandini. Right off the low curveball. Draybeck's retired 12 in a row. Mulholland's retired 11 in a row. Rips that ball foul.
Morandini was ready for that fastball in on him. And choking up on the bat has helped him. Gives him a little better bat control, and he can get it around, get the barrel out there a little quicker.
Pops a foul, drifting behind the Phillies dugout a couple of rows and back onto the field.
Not much space here for foul balls, and even less now that they put those new box seats out there back of home plate. $100 a seat, Harry. And you can't just buy one. You have to buy 4 for every game.
For every game.
You know what that totals up to a year?
I have not figured it out. No.
$32,000 bucks.
I think you would buy one of those boxes for your friends here in Houston.
Yeah, I have so many here.
Full count to Morandini.
For the friends I have here, it would cost me about $100 a year if they went to one game. They love you here. You worked here. How many years did you work here?
6 years.
6 years.
65 through 70. Struck him out. Grayback's retired 13 in a row, 7 Ks. No runs, hits, errors, none left. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 2-1 Phils.
My wife bets me that I can't go into Builder's Square Garden Shop and get only what I need. Ha! Pruning shears. That's all I need are pruning shears. I don't need seed, fertilizer, hoses, sprinklers. No. I'm not the least bit interested in these yard tools. Even this weed terminator doesn't faze me. Look at these prices. So, I owe the wife $1. Builder's Square, the warehouse with everything for your house and your garden.
Burt Reynolds talks with the Quaker State team.
Hold on. I got to get my name on the car. My fans are getting restless.
No room.
How about on the big Q?
The big Q stands alone. Stands for quality. You can't get better protection. No other oil beats Quaker State.
How about right here?
No way. Red doesn't like to be crowded.
My fans are getting demanding.
All right. We'll go get the painter.
They must have had a hard time finding the painter. Nothing beats Quaker State. It's one tough motor oil.
When cars are called luxury sedans, what does that mean? Leather appointments? Absolutely. Dual airbags, wood trim? Mandatory. You gotta have a CD player and power sunroof. But you know what? On most luxury sedans, these features cost extra. Not the Infiniti J30. They're all standard. See, Infiniti thinks when you buy a luxury car, the luxury shouldn't be optional.
For a J30 signature lease, see your Infiniti dealer today.
Hi, I'm Neil Hartman with a sports break. Let's check the American League scores on this opening day. First at Camden Yards in Baltimore, Texas 7, Baltimore 4. Boston over Kansas City 3-1, New York 9, Cleveland 1, and Detroit and Oakland get underway in about an hour and a half. Let's go back to the Astrodome. Here's Harry and Richie.
All right, thanks, Neil. And leading off for the Astros will be Andujar Cedeno. Chases a low breaking ball. Cedeno is grounded out, and he is struck out. Strike on the outside corner. 0-2 again. That's about 6 of the last 7 hitters Mulholland has faced, and he's been ahead of 0-2. Joe just turned 30 from Uniontown, Pennsylvania.
Lady you see in the background, Harry, was former First Lady Barbara Bush.
Ooh. Couldn't get that breaking ball. his swing, a full count.
The Bush and right behind her is former President George Bush.
Into right field, Eisenreich right there. Cedeno is out. One down. It'll bring on Ed Taubensee. Cubs and the Reds will be the first two teams into Veterans Stadium during our first homestand. Home opener April 9th, Friday at 3:05. Then Saturday night, those Cubbies in for a 7:05 night game. Sunday the 11th at 1:35. Tony Perez and the Reds come in Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, 12th, 13th, and 14th. All of them at 7:35. Plan to be on hand for that whole first homestand. For tickets, call 215-463-1000. Familiar figure moves into the on-deck circle. Chris James. That's Bill. Doug Jones has joined Xavier Hernandez in Houston's bullpen. Two strikes to Taubensee. Good wide.
He don't move outside there, and Mulholland hit him with the pitch and trying to get a call just a little too far outside.
Knocked down by Mulholland. Recovers and underhands in time for out number 2. Chris James coming out to pinch hit for Doug Graybeck. So Graybeck leaves the game. He pitched well for 8 innings. Mulholland pitching a little better. Graybeck ended with a string of 13 in a row, retired. Last hit was the hit that last base runner was the hit that put the Phillies in front. Jim Eisenreich's RBI single in the 4th against Graybeck. Chris James, another local product from Texas. Hit .242 for San Francisco last year. Picked up as a free agent by the Astros. One ball and 2 strikes. Falling fast in left center. Dykstra can't get it. Backed up by Thompson. It'll be a double for Chris James.
Lenny was there, too. Well, he almost made a great play. He got to the ball, diving. You hold your breath every time he dives because he gets hurt once in a while on those dives. See, he's there. Actually, they're fairly easily. Probably should have caught it. Sure he'd tell you that.
Phillies getting bullpen action for the first time tonight. David West, the left-hander. Larry Anderson, the right-hander, as Craig Biggio comes to the plate. James will be taken out for a pinch runner. Going in to run for Chris James is Rick Parker. Astros fans have been fairly silent throughout this opening game. Not now. Late innings, tying run at second base. Biggio has one of the 3 hits given up by Mulholland. He was singled on the infield, grounded out, and struck out. He scored Houston's run. 1 ball and no strikes. One and one to Biggio. Bouncing ball shortstop. Ron Bell charges. Low throw. Gets away from Kruk. So Bell commits his second error of the game, and Houston now with the runners at first and third and 2 outs in the 8th.
Well, his gloves have been a little shaky tonight. That was a routine play, too. That's a ball that Kruk should have caught.
Usually snares those.
Yeah, that didn't even reach the dirt. What's going on here, but then 2 balls hit this inning that should have been caught.
Nail-biting time for the Phillies. Johnny Padres has come out to talk to Mulholland. This certainly isn't Mulholland's doing, but runners at first and third, 2 outs for Steve Finley. Finley's hit the ball hard off Mulholland tonight. Lined out to left. Grounded to first and then lined out to Hollins on a great play by Dave Hollins. Step off pickoff move. Biggio back.
Hard to give a team 5 outs in 1 inning, but he could still get out of the inning.
One ball and no strikes. Just missing 2-0.
I wonder, Harry, if maybe they aren't having a little trouble seeing that ball, because, you know, Lenny doesn't miss balls like the one he just had out there, and then Kruk doesn't miss balls like that.
A high chop. Moore Beatty throws to Kruk, and he's out of the inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, 2 men left. We go to the 9th. Phils lead 2-1.
There was one thing about Bud that we kept hearing over and over.
Now that's fresh beer. Huh? Okay, let's say this is the original Budweiser brewery in St. Louis. There's another one in Texas.
And 2 more in Florida.
New York, California, New Jersey.
Over a dozen of them.
So Budweiser doesn't have to truck their beer clean across the country.
So you know it's fresh.
Right.
Is that my beer in New Jersey?
People who go to a Phillies game have fun, and the ones who seem to have the most fun are the ones who get full or part season tickets. They know they've got good seats, so they don't have to scramble or wait in line. Get the best seats with the least hassle with full or part season tickets. And you can get guaranteed box seats for 13 games for just $130. For more information on all the 1993 season ticket plans, call 463-5000.
You know, when it comes to protecting against friction, nothing beats Quaker State. When it comes to keeping engines clean, nothing beats Quaker State. When it comes to protecting against viscosity breakdown, nothing beats Quaker State. It's one tough motor oil.
Here's highlights from the Fleer All-Star game. Hot liner up the middle. It's off the wall. McCray scoops it up and wings it to Pendleton. Here's the play at the plate. He's safe. Unbelievable. Fleer, a game in every pack.
On opening day 1910, President William Howard Taft became the first chief executive to throw out the first ball at a major league opener. Since then, every U.S. president has followed suit in paying tribute to America's pastime during their term.
After 8 innings of play, the Phillies 2, Houston 1. Weeknights at 7:30, they're out to stop crime on Real Stories of the Highway Patrol. Catch a special episode tonight after the game only on PHL 17. Xavier Hernandez, a 27-year-old right-hander, the new pitcher for Houston. Hernandez really came into his own last year. Won 9, lost 1, 7 saves, a 2.11 ERA. Good hits to innings pitched ratio as Kruk lofts a high foul down the third base side. Caminetti chasing, can't catch up to it. 1 strike. Hernandez in 111 innings last year gave up just 81 hits. He struck out 96 and walked 42. Fastball, slider, and he has a good forkball.
Forkball is his out pitch, and he has a decent fastball and slider, so pretty good control. It's what makes him effective.
Wild Thing is up in the Phillies bullpen. I have a feeling that Terry Mulholland will be out there in the 9th inning.
Yeah, I don't think Fragosi's going to take him out, certainly.
Slammed to deep left field. Gonzalez can't get it. 1 hop and over the fence. A ground rule double for the Crucker. Well, the Phillies would love to get an insurance tally here in the 9th.
He got the fastball out away from him, and Gonzalez sold him a little short there to the opposite field. He turned the wrong way. That probably hurt him in terms of catching up to it. He really didn't get that close to it.
Dave Hollins now try to pull the ball to get Kruk to third base. Hollins has struck out, singled, grounded sharply to short. He pulls the ball. He got the job done. Kruk will move up to third base. Hollins thrown out, but that's what he wanted to do.
They have to walk Dalton, don't they?
I would think so.
Even though you have 2 left-hand batters following Dalton, I don't think they'll let Dalton swing the bat.
Dalton's flied out, doubled to knock in the Phillies' first run and grounded out.
Talking it over with his coaches, Art Howe is. Matt Galante to his right. I think that was Bob Cluck to his left.
Well, they're going to pitch to him, it looks like. They bring the infield in with a runner at third base and 1 out. Forkball low.
Yeah, if he's gonna pitch to him, he's gonna give him forkballs and hope that he can get him to chase one of those low, hit a ground ball. You better get it real low, though.
Forkball low. Phil's leading 2-1 here in the 9th.
What they told him, throw him 4 forkballs and hope for the best. Dutch would get a green light here, but I still don't think he'll see a fastball or anything but that forkball.
Mel Thompson due up next.
Well, it was 4 in a row.
Walked him on 4 pitches. So it was certainly a pitch around, albeit not an intentional walk. And Milt Thompson will be the batter. He's grounded out. Get into a fielder's choice on a fine play by Drabek and struck out.
Art Howe may go to his left-hander in the bullpen.
If he does, Jim Fregosi could certainly counter with that Pete Incaviglia.
I think he could, but I wonder if he would. I think Milt can get the ball in play, and he runs better than Incaviglia. Incaviglia could, you know. Well, we see Pete in the dugout grabbing a bat.
He's got a bat in the dugout.
So Art Howe has made the move to the bullpen. That's why they got Pete Incaviglia. Situations just like this.
Eric Bell just signed today. Just made the club today. Is coming in to pitch. So Eric Bell, the left-hander.
Incaviglia has really swung the bat well in spring training, and especially late in spring training. He came on like gangbusters. Had a home run and a double down in Oklahoma City on a day that would have been good for polar bears to play.
Pitching change for the Astros. 2-1 Phils. We're in the ninth. Back after these messages.
My Uncle Ernie loves the Phillies, but he's such a lousy driver, he could never make it to the vet to see him play. He even got his insurance canceled trying. So to get Uncle Ernie off the road and into Veterans Stadium, we got him Prism.
Kruk, Dykstra, Dalton. The Phillies are gearing up for an exciting season, and Prism has 45 games from Veterans Stadium. To order Prism, dial 1-800-CABLE-ME. Call now and get installation for only $4.95 or a free upgrade.
I can't believe Uncle Ernie makes his living as a driving instructor.
Get down, shots fired, get down.
Real heroes.
Our job is to lay down our lives. We took an oath at graduation to lay down our lives.
Real danger.
You get a little scared. You don't know what they're running for, but you get used to it.
Real stories.
Put your hands up! Put your hands up!
An explosive news series that puts you behind the wheel 5 nights a week. Real stories of the Highway Patrol.
Weeknights at 7:30 on PHL 17.
Eric Bell, this left-hander, has been in the American League with Baltimore and with Cleveland. He's 29 years old. Spent most of last year at Colorado Springs, where he was 10-7 with a 3.73 ERA. He won his way out of this Houston staff with an outstanding spring. 8 games, 1-1, lost none, and 0.66 ERA. 13 2/3 innings he pitched, gave up 7 hits and just 1 run. 11 strikeouts and 3 walks. He was just added to the roster today. And he'll try to get out Pete Incaviglia. Kruk at third, Dalton at first, 1 down.
Big batter in this inning for the Phillies. Runners first and third, 1 out. Infield is back.
Phillies would love to get an insurance run for Mulholland. Hard ground ball. They've got it. Kruk scores. Dalton to second. Incaviglia pinch single, and the Phillies lead it 3-1.
Well, he didn't wait, did he?
No.
First pitch.
He's up there to swing. He is.
Drilled it right in the hole past Caminiti. Hit sharply. Give Mulholland another insurance run. Phil's trying to get some more here.
Jim Eisenreich is grounded out, single to knock in a run, and grounded out. 1 strike to Eisenreich. John Kruk scoring the Phillies' 3rd run. One ball and 1 strike.
Eisenreich is a good hitter. He is, you never really know what he's going to do. He has surprising power. Not, you know, not a huge guy, but he knows how to hit.
Had a cut at that one, fouled it back. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Very quiet guy and fit in nicely with his team because you have to have 1 or 2 guys around that don't talk all the time.
That are quiet.
That listen.
Hit to left field. Gonzalez backtracking. He was really playing him shallow, but has time to make the catch right in front of the warning track.
That's what I mean about Eisenreich. He got a hanging curveball, and he gave it a good ride to the opposite field. What's that big old looping curve? Eisenreich was right on it.
Shortstop, number 24, Juan Bell. We'll bring up Juan Bell. He'll bat right. Juan Bell has struck out, grounded out, flied out to left. One strike to Juan Bell. Dalton's at second, Incaviglia at first. The run in, 9th inning. Phils lead it 3-1. Changeup. Had him well out in front of it. Nothing in 2. Ground ball, nice grab. Biggio throws him out. Fine play by Craig Biggio. That'll retire the Phils, and the Phillies get an insurance run. 1 run in the inning, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Phils 3, Houston 1.
Every day, in over 200 countries, the people at DHL deliver more packages overseas than any other air express company in the world. 26,000 of our own people ready to go out of their way to make sure your package doesn't. DHL, faster to more of the world.
In the old days, you could find a great tasting pizza on almost every corner. Now you can get that great taste right outside your front door. Introducing Neapolitan pizza, now delivered from Pizza Hut. Made with an old-fashioned tomato sauce, mouth-watering mozzarella, and a deliciously thin crust. So call Pizza Hut Delivery and get a large Neapolitan pizza for just $6.99. It's a new old-fashioned way to stop and smell the pizza.
When it's this hot outside, you know how hot it is inside. That's why you need Armor All, the world's leading protectant. No matter how hot it gets or how cold, Armor All helps keep your dash looking new. We're so sure about it, we guarantee it. If your new dash ever cracks, we'll replace it. Guaranteed. Armor All. Look for this special offer at these and other fine stores.
Friday, April 9th at 3:05, catch the Phillies against the Cubs in the home opener. Then it's the Cubs again Saturday the 10th and Sunday afternoon the 11th. Then Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, April 12th, 13th, and 14th. The Phillies play the always tough Cincinnati Reds.
Terry Mulholland led the league in complete games last year with 12 of them. He's trying to start this season with 1. He's in the 9th. He has a 3-1 lead, and Jeff Bagwell will be the first one to face him. Bagwell got the only walk Mulholland has issued tonight, and he has grounded out and flied out. ball, right field line. It's a foul ball, and it's going to go out of play.
Ooh, he got it.
Eisenreich made the catch.
Oh.
What a brilliant play by Eisenreich. Good night. I thought he had no chance at that ball. Watch this play.
Yeah, he knew where he was. It's
Wow.
amazing because he's right in there back of the bullpen, flirting with the fence. Boy, he really concentrated and stayed with that.
That is a great play.
What a big play.
Boy, has he made a contribution in his first game with the Phils. Knocked in the go-ahead run and just made a superb play in foul ground. Eric Anthony has singled in 3 at-bats. Fly ball center, it's deep, but Dykstra has a beat on it. 2 down. 2 quick outs here in the 9th inning. And the batter will be Ken Caminetti.
Well, Eisenreich's play would really give Terry Mulholland a lift. I mean, you know, Bagwell was a tough hitter, and to get him out on a ball that didn't look like had any chance at all of being caught. Incaviglia in the game and left. Stayed in the game.
Caminetti is nothing out of 3. One strike to it. Ball on a strike.
Phillies have lost 8 opening games in a row. Harry going into tonight's opener.
Last win was 1984. Big left-hander, Steve Carlton over Atlanta. Ball and 2 strikes.
Chris Chamberlain will be in the lineup tomorrow against the left-hander Greg Swindell, coming off that bout with the flu.
Back up the middle, a base hit. Caminetti keeps the game alive.
I didn't think they were going to get an 0 for 4 on Caminetti. I can never remember him going hitless against the Phillies. They had him 0 for 3 until that base hit.
Just the fourth hit given up by Mulholland. It'll bring on Luis Gonzalez. Gonzalez has flied out to right. He's grounded out twice.
Outfielders playing very deep. Play deep and cut across.
Right back at Mulholland. Terry Mulholland has pitched a complete game. Phillies have won their first opener since 1984. What a job by Mo, giving up 1 unearned run and downing the Astros 3-1 with a complete game effort. For the Astros in the 9th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. Phillies win it by a score of 3-1, and Jim Eisenreich was a big factor in this game. Knocked in the go-ahead run. Made just a superb play for out number 1 in the 9th inning and foul ground. Good opener for the Phils. 3-1 final Phillies. Terry Mulholland just a brilliant effort in his first 1993 assignment. We'll be back with the totals and a recap in just a moment.
Frostbite Falls is paying to watch grass grow.
Gee, Rock, isn't this fun?
No, it's boring, and I know who's behind it.
Get your McBonus burgers. Burger is so boring. Grass growing is exciting.
Luckily, Rocky had delicious Taco Bell tacos. Original, supreme, and the new Big Beef.
Here, Bullwinkle, try this.
The colossal crunch awoke the town from their boredom, and they tarred and feathered the 2 culprits.
Hey, this is AstroTurf.
My Uncle Ernie loves the Phillies, but he's such a lousy driver, he could never make it to the vet to see him play. He even got his insurance canceled trying. So to get Uncle Ernie off the road and into Veterans Stadium, we got him Prism.
Kruk, Dykstra, Dalton. The Phillies are gearing up for an exciting season, and Prism has 45 games from Veterans Stadium. To order Prism, dial 1-800-CABLE-ME. Call now and get installation for only $4.95 or a free upgrade.
I can't believe Uncle Ernie makes his living as a driving instructor.
Hi, I'm Jim McCann of 800 Flowers, and I guessed the Easter Bunny.
Call me Bun.
Bun, where do you get all those Easter eggs?
Well, a lot of my friends are chickens.
How about the chocolate ones?
The supermarket.
And the flowers?
Hey, I don't deliver flowers.
Good, so then we're not in competition.
You don't do eggs? I don't do flowers.
That's one Showers of Flowers bouquet guaranteed and delivered by Easter.
And to all you good eggs out there, happy Easter.
There has never been a better day to bring your company back to AT&T for AT&T quality and 100 free days. Sign up for one of our special plans, and you can get 100 free days of long-distance 800 service, fax, and data over the next 2 years. Call 1-800-222-0400 for full details. Don't let the sun go down without calling. AT&T, the best in the business.
Phils win over the Astros opening night 1993, 3-1 for the winning Phillies. 3 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors, 5 left. Houston a run, 4 hits, 1 error. They left 5. Terry Mulholland, the complete game victory. He's 1-0. The loss to Doug Graybeck. He is 0-1. RBIs for the Phillies. Darren Dalton RBI double. Jim Eisenreich RBI single, giving the Phillies a go-ahead run. Insurance run on a pinch single by Pete Incaviglia in the 9th inning. And Whitey, it's been a while, pal, since we've had a win on opening day. 1984 with Steve Carlton, but this was a great game by the Phils.
Great pitching, some hitting, not much, but just enough. The defense wasn't that good tonight. I don't know whether that was opening game jitters or what, but the Phillies did not field the ball that well. I think the key, Harry, was the bottom of the 8th. Phillies gave Houston 5 outs in the inning. It won't look that way on the score sheet, but they gave him 5 outs, and Mulholland able to get a ground out to get that 3rd out, and once again Eisenreich's play in the bottom of the 9th on Bagwell.
Right.
The really key out.
Just a great play, and Mulholland gave up just 1 run. It was an unearned run. So a great opening night for the Phils, who win it by a score of 3-1. Our next telecast here on PHL 17 of the Phillies Television Network will be next Sunday, April 11th from Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. We'll be on the air with a pregame show at 1 o'clock with Neil Hartman, followed by the Phils and those Chicago Cubs. A good opening for the Phillies, their first opening day win since 1984, and Terry Mulholland was the man of the hour complete game win as the Phils win it 3-1. For Rich Ashburn and Chris Wheeler, Harry Callis saying thanks a lot for watching. We'll talk to you on Sunday on this, the Phillies Television Network.
Tonight's Phillies game on PHL 17 was brought to you by Budweiser, the king of beers, who reminds you to please drink responsibly, because friends know when to say when. By the Bell of Pennsylvania Yellow Pages, no other book can match it. A Bell Atlantic company. By Mellon PSFS, the official bank of the Phillies. And by Independence Blue Cross and Pennsylvania Blue Shield. Carry us for life.